Good. Live real quick here.
Yep.
Oh, did my category take? Do you see
Your
me
category is on
in the
Bridge,
bridge
yeah.
category? Excellent.
It says
Great,
it's
great.
Bridge. You're still on Team Chess TV, but
Yeah,
that's probably always the case.
yeah. I don't like even rejoin that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so bridge. Let's go over some basics.
Okay.
Bridge is a 4-player game. You have a partner. So we're gonna be partnered to each other. We're gonna be north-south. The other team, when they enter, is going to be east-west. So we have a casual table,
Okay.
and there's going to be some random people who may know each other, may not, who will come in into east-west. Bridge is a trick-based game, and there is a bid-in phase and a play-in phase. So it's much like euchre or whist or other games like
These
that.
things don't really mean anything to
Or
me.
I don't know if you played estimation. As far as the playing portion, it's sort of like hearts or spades, or there's a lot of trick based games like that. Have you played trick based games before?
I haven't played any of the games you've mentioned.
Okay.
Which is probably not good for you.
No, it doesn't matter. So
testing your ability as a
the
coach.
other thing is, like, this isn't like chess where you have like a rating. Like we can lose every hand and it doesn't matter. We're just trying to learn. We're just having fun.
All right, well, that feels good.
Okay, so the bid-in phase is basically the original purpose of the bid-in phase was to basically say how many tricks you were going to take of the contract. There are 52 cards in a deck, and there are 4 players. We're going to deal out all the cards. So each of us is going to start with 13 cards.
Okay.
So the way bridge works is you're basically, if you're making a bid and you get the contract, then you're saying you're going to take a certain number of tricks. It's basically assumed you're going to take at least a majority of the tricks. So the way bridge works is like 6 tricks are just assumed when you make a bid. That's called book. So the first 6 tricks are like assumed you're going to make that, and then you're bidding the number of tricks beyond the first 6. So if you bid 1 of something, which is like the minimum bid, then you would be saying you make 7 total tricks, which is a majority.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. I do have a lot of questions, but I
okay.
understand.
So the way tricks are going to work is for each trick, each player is going to play 1 card. So there's going to be 4 cards in the middle at the end of the trick, and then the highest card is going to win in general.
I see. So you're like predicting the tricks that you're gonna like. So everybody plays 1 card, and you're predicting like how many of your cards you're gonna win with. Is that sort of
right?
How
many you and your partner put together are going to win with?
Okay.
So there are 4 suits in the deck. There's clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. In general, if you are able to, you have to follow suit, which means the first person to throw out a card, that is the suit of the trick. So if I were the first person to put a card out and I put out the 3 of clubs, all of the rest of you have to play clubs if you are able to do so. If you no longer have any clubs in your hand, or you didn't start out with any clubs, then you can play any card you want. So within that trick, following suit, in general, the highest card of that suit, following suit, wins the trick. If you play offsuit, like, so if I lead a club and you don't have any clubs, you play a heart, generally you would lose the trick. It would go to the highest club. The exception is trump. And this is a terminology that was embedded long before Donald Trump was president, or probably even born yet. Or in the news, certainly. Because this game has been around for a long time, at least a century. I think maybe 500 years. Like, it's a really old game. So what trump is during the bid-in phase, whoever wins the contract gets to declare a certain suit as trump. And what that means is if a card of that suit is in the trick, that card wins the trick, in that it overtakes the following suit thing. So if I led clubs and like 3 of us played clubs and one of you played the trump suit, which say the trump was declared to be hearts. It was when the contract was hearts. Then the heart, if you played a heart, that would win the trick.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and so I'm gonna see if I'm understanding things correctly.
Okay.
So you have to follow suit, unless of course you don't have the option. Like if you don't have a way to follow suit, then you can put whatever you have, right?
Right.
But if you can't follow suit, and if the trump thing isn't relevant, then you're going to lose that, right? Because whoever has the highest card of the correct suit is going to win.
Right.
Okay. So basically, if you're not following suit, with the exception of the trump thing, you are screwed for that trick or whatever. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sort of vaguely understanding.
Okay. So basically, your incentive is to take is for your team to take as many tricks as possible. During the playing phase, you get to see your cards, but you don't get to see my cards or our opponent's cards. Okay, so this is a game of imperfect information. You can only see your 13 cards. You can't see what the rest of the people have. However, whoever takes the contract, and it's like one person who takes the contract, at the start of the playing phase, their partner is going to lay down their hand so that everyone can see it. And the partner, basically, the person who lays down their hand sits out the hand, and the person who takes the contract plays for both themselves and their partner. So the person
I'm a little confused by this.
Okay, well this will make more sense when we play.
The laying out of the hand. Okay, well maybe I'll just play and be confused, and then I'll sort of
if you have any questions,
but yeah, I guess I don't understand what the sort of laying out of the hand is about. So can you sort of re-explain that?
So so getting back to basics, in general, you can't see any of other people's hands. So
when I first get my hand, I can't see anybody else, not even you.
Right. So the person who takes the contract during the bidding phase, and we're going to get into the bidding phase in a second. The person who takes the contract in the bidding phase, they have an advantage where they can see their partner's cards. Their partner's going to lay down all their cards. So that's an advantage. It helps them plan out their hand better and figure out what to play. But the disadvantage is the opponents also get to see the cards of the partner.
Of the partner of the person who got the contract.
Right.
Not of the person who got the contract, of their partner. Okay.
Right.
I see.
Okay. So the playing phase, you try to take as many tricks as possible. The way the tricks work is a certain person is going to have the lead, is going to throw out the first card, and it is the person, let me see, I think it's the person to the left of the dealer is going to have the lead. I'm sorry, to the left of the person who took the contract is going to have the lead. After that first trick, whoever takes the trick, whoever wins the trick, starts out the next trick by throwing out the first card. So when
and throwing out the first card is very significant, right? Because it determines the suit.
It's an advantage in that you get to determine the suit of the trick. It can be a bit of a disadvantage in that other people can decide whether to throw a higher or lower card, and it can be. So you don't necessarily want to throw out your highest card all the time.
Sometimes you might just decide, I'm screwed this one. I'm not gonna use a strong card.
Well, yes. Sometimes you may want to hold back your strong cards for later tricks and like set stuff up for later. Okay. So the bidding phase. So as I mentioned, the lowest amount you can bid is 1. of something, which means that you take
7?
the 6 base tricks plus 1, so 7 tricks total.
Yeah.
If you bid 2, you're saying you take 8 tricks. And if you bid 3, you're saying you take 9 tricks. So the maximum you can bid is 7, which means you'll take 13 tricks. Take all the tricks. When you are bidden, there is an order to the suits, and that order is in alphabetical order by suit. So it is clubs or C, diamonds or D, hearts or H, spades or S. So clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. When you bid, you have to bid higher than the person before you bid. So if I opened a club, then other people couldn't say 1 club. They could say 1 heart, or they could say 2 clubs, but they can't say like 1 club. You always have to go up during the bidding. Does that make sense?
I think it does. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that you have to bid higher than the previous person, because that's kind of what bidding is about, like in general. But I guess I'll understand it when I see it taking place, because. So I don't really know what it means. So if you bid like a number within a suit, does that mean that what exactly does that mean? That means
the number is so fundamentally you're saying the number of tricks you think you can take if you take the contract.
But that's only with that suit?
Yeah, no, it's the number of tricks total. The suit, you're just saying which suit is trump. So if I bid 1 heart, then what I'm saying is, first of all, I'm saying I think I can take 7 total tricks. Second of all, I'm saying trump is going to be hearts.
Okay, I understand. So you attach a suit to your bid, but that suit that you're attaching is just what the trump would be if you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not by suit. That's what was confusing me. So it's just you just have to put in a suit with your bid.
Right. In addition to that, it's possible to bid no trump, which means that you don't even have to worry about trump. That's not a factor. So it's like any offsuit card just loses the trick. Okay. So the order of the bid-in is, like I said, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, but then no trump is even higher than that. So it's 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump. And then the next highest would be 2 clubs, and it goes up from there.
Okay. So club is the so you said club, diamond, heart, spade. But which that's in ascending or descending order?
That's in ascending order.
Okay. So spades is
the highest, clubs is the lowest. But even above spades is no trump. Okay. So it's going to get even more complicated.
Oh, jeez.
So
I've been writing stuff down, man.
Yeah. So that's good. So all of that was in theory like the basic stuff. Like if we were to explain the rules of the game, people would be like, oh, okay, that's how we play. Like that's what these bids mean. These bids mean I'm going to take the contract. How the game has evolved, though, is that the bids mean more than that. The bids are actually a negotiation where we're trying to give each other information through our bids so we can figure out about each other's hands, because we don't know what each other has. Mm-hmm. So there's all sorts of trick bids which just tell you about your hand, tell your partner about your hand.
Okay, so that leads me to a question. So if my bid might be meant to give you some information about my hand, how is it also not going to give our opponents information about my hand?
It does give the opponents information if they know our bidding system, which they're supposed to. So you're supposed to declare your bidding system in advance so that everyone knows this stuff. So when we see them bid, we can learn information about their hand, and they can learn information about our hand. But our goal in the bid-in is to find a good contract. And in order to find a good contract, we sort of need to feel out what each other has, because it's not like a single person game. So you might have a hand that has like a lot of good hearts, but you want to find out whether I have hearts also. And you want to find out if I have high cards in each suit.
Okay, so I'm about to ask a pretty stupid question, but I guess it's one that needs to be answered. So in the sense of this game, what does contract mean?
So in the sense of this game, a contract means the final bid. So the final win bid. So we're going to go around in, let me see, it's going to be clockwise. So south, west, northeast, southwest, northeast, and we're going to make bids. And you have the option of either bid in higher than the person before or saying pass. And when you're saying pass, you're saying, I'm not bidding anything. You guys do your thing. So the bid-in ends when someone bids something, and then the 3 other people say pass. And when the 3 other person says pass, then the last bid, that is the contract. So we could bid like for a long time, and finally someone says like 5 clubs, and then 3 people pass. That means 5 clubs is the contract.
All right, I somewhat understand that, but we will. I'll see what that works, how that works in the actual game.
Okay.
Also, hey, how's it going, Smash Time?
Yeah, hey, Smash Time. Thanks for watching.
He's arrived.
Yes. So, okay. In addition, it's a little complicated. The person who wins the contract and then plays the hand, and their partner turns over their cards so everyone can see, which is called the dummy, by the way, when the person turns over their cards. The person who takes the contract actually may not be the last person who bid, but when the team takes the contract, the person who bid that suit first is the one who takes the contract. So if I say 1 club and you say 2 clubs and everyone passes, then I take the contract because I was the first person to bid clubs, and the final contract is 2 clubs. Does that make sense?
Right. So, okay. So you said that the person who wins the contract might not be the last person who bid, and the way that would happen would be the first person to bid in a certain suit.
Right. Exactly. So the contract is always like the last thing bid. So like if the last thing bid is like 3 clubs and then there's 3 passes after that, 3 clubs is the contract. But then the question is, who plays the hand? And who plays the hand is the first person of that partnership who bid the clubs. So
so it's only within a partnership, though.
Within a partnership, yeah. Okay. So now let's get to the trick bids.
Okay.
So when you receive your cards, the first thing you're going to do is count how many high card points you have and how many distribution points you have. High card points basically means it means aces and face cards. So face cards are Jack, Queen, King, and Ace is even higher than that. If you haven't played any cards at all, you should know that the order of the numbers.
Yeah. So there are 4 types of ace cards, right? And those are just anything that isn't a number. Is that what they're high cards? I mean. Is that
so? So ace is generally considered like the number 1, but the order in bridge is that the order is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then after that, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. So Ace is the top.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're counting your high card points, the high cards that matter are Ace, King, Queen, Jack. And what you're going to do is you're going to have Jack equals 1, Queen equals 2,
okay,
King equals 3, Ace equals 4. And so you're going to count all of your high cards like that, and you're going to add them together. So if you have an ace and 2 kings and a queen, that's going to be 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So that's going to be 12 total.
Yep.
Okay, you can also give yourself distribution points. And what that is basically short suits. And short suits are good because if you are playing in a trump suit, when you have a short suit and you get out of it, you can then trump it. So if you have a void in your suit, which means you have none of that card, as long as that void is not in the trump suit, as long as it's in a non-trump suit, that's an advantage because you can trump in immediately. So if you have no hearts and the trump suit is clubs, as soon as someone plays a heart, you can play a club and win the trick, and that's good. And therefore, you're going to give yourself distribution points in this count to show that advantage. So the distribution points are when you have a void, so none of a suit, you're going to give yourself 2 points. When you have one of a suit, you're going to give yourself wait, I think I got this wrong actually. I'm sorry. When you have a void, you're going to give yourself 3 points. When you have one of a suit, you're going to give yourself 2 points. And when you have 2 of a suit, you're going to give yourself 1 point. So 3, 2, 1. Okay?
Okay. So I have a question which I'm actually wondering if maybe you answered already and I just forgot to put it down. But so when in the sort of like sequence of this do we learn what the trump suit is?
So
is it like after everything has happened, or
at the end of the bid-in phase, whoever has taken the contract, that contract dictates what the trump suit is.
Oh, so everybody knows before
the play-in phase starts.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. I'm trying.
Yeah, no big deal.
All right. I think it'll be helpful for me to see this play out so that I can understand everything.
There's more, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Okay.
All right,
so
hold on. I need a new paper though.
Okay.
Oh jeez. All right, I'll just use this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so when you so now that you've figured out the number of points you have in your hand, if neither you nor your partner has bid yet, then you should not be the first one to bid unless you have at least 13 points. So if you have less than 13 points, 12 and less, you can just pass.
Okay, so once you know the number of points, you should only bid if you have more or less than 13 points.
If you have 13 or more.
Okay, so you should if neither you nor your partner have bid, then if you have at least 13, then you should, and if you have less, then you shouldn't. Just like not do anything.
Right. Yeah. But this is only as far as opening. So that's like what opening means is that neither you nor your partner has bid yet. If your partner has already bid, then it's a little bit different. So we're trying to figure out how many points each other has, and we sort of add them together to figure out how many tricks we think we can take. So if I open, I'm indicating to you I have at least 13 points, and then you don't necessarily need 13 points to respond because you already know that I have some points. So in order to respond, if I already have bid, you need 6 to 10 points to go up by 1, or more than 10 points, so 11 or more, to go up by 2.
Wait, go up by 1. Wait, so go up by 1 or 2 in what? What?
So what that means is so suppose I say 1 club. If you say any bid between 1 club and 2 clubs, that's going up by 1. If you say more than 2 clubs, then you're going up by more than 1.
Okay.
So in other words, say you wanted to bid hearts. You could say 1 heart, and that would be fine. And that would be, the next bid you could make in hearts after the 1 club. if you even went beyond that and you said 2 hearts or 3 hearts or 4 hearts, then you're saying you have more than 10 points.
Okay, so now, so you were talking about what happens if your partner opens, because that indicates that they have at least 13 points from their
Right.
wait. So okay, so if you know that the partner has 13 plus points, then I am not quite understanding what you do, even though I know that's initially what you were explaining.
Right.
I'm a little confused about that.
So suppose I open by saying like 1 club. I'm indicating to you that I have at least 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't just want to pass necessarily and leave me in 1 club, because there might be a better contract for us. So now you and I are going to negotiate. We're going to talk and figure out where we belong. So where we have a good fit as far as we both have the same types of cards. In other words, we both have hearts, say, or we both have spades. We want to figure out where we have a good fit. We also want to figure out how many tricks we can take. And the reason for that is there's this large bonus if you bid and make a game versus not a game. And I'll explain what that is now. So it's another thing to think about. A game is either 3 no trump, or 4 of a major, or 5 of a minor. The minor suits are the first 2 suits in the sequence, which are clubs and diamonds. The major suits are the next 2 suits, which are hearts and spades, and no trump is like above that.
Sorry, what are the major and minor suits again?
So the minors are the first 2 suits, which are clubs and diamonds.
Okay.
The major suits are the next 2 suits, which are hearts and spades.
I get the feeling that when we're actually playing this game, I'm going to need 1,000 years to make any decisions because I have all this information.
Yeah, we'll try our best. So I'll try to talk you through it.
So when do we get to communicate when we're playing this game, by the way?
So we're not supposed to like talk to each other as far as talk, because
so it's just
like you're not supposed to like tell your partner like, hey, I have the 5 of clubs in my hand, or I have like 3 hearts in my hand. That would be cheating. So we're gonna make sure not to say things like that.
So in that sense, it's very much unlike Bughouse.
Yeah. Like we're not even supposed to be on a voice call like this, but like we can do it. We're gonna be playing casual rather than competitive, and we're not going to be playing for like the equivalent of like USCF rated games. Like we're not going to be doing that. So,
and also whatever advantage we might get from talking to each other is probably canceled by me not knowing what I'm doing. So I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. So okay. So that's kind of the basics. When we're bidding, there's stuff to keep in mind as far as trick bids at the beginning, which is the 2 things you're going to want to search for is, number 1, you're going to want to search to see if you have game, if you have enough points between the 2 of you to make like these huge amount of extra points. And game is generally like opening count across opening count. So if we both have 13 points, we probably can make a game, which is 3 no trump, or 4 spades, or 4 hearts, or 5 diamonds, or 5 clubs.
How would I know that both players have 13 plus?
Well, we're gonna figure that out basically by the bidding. So as we bid back and forth. So basically, if I open 1 club, then if you have less than 6 points, you're just going to pass. And then I know like, oh, he doesn't have very many points at all. So we're going to keep it low. If you have 6 to 10 points, then you're going to go up by 1. And then I'm going to know he has 6 to 10 points. And then I can say to myself, well, do I really have 13 points, or do I have like 20 points? And if I have 20 points and you are responding, then I think, oh, we have 26 points between us and we can get the game. So
what
there's
about
that.
10 to 12? Sorry.
So yeah, I said 6 to 10 is up by 1.
Go up by 1.
And above 10, so 11 or more, is up by more than 1. So if I say 1 club and you say like 2 hearts, then you're saying like you like hearts and also you have 11 or more points. So you're telling me a lot about your hand.
Okay. I'm somewhat understanding.
Okay. So the other thing, I'm just going to give you the very basic start-in bids. When people open one club or one diamond, that is called convenient minor. And what they're basically saying is that they do not have a major, and they're asking, do you have a major? So if I've opened one club, then if you have enough points to bid, I'm saying, do you have a 4-card major? Which means, do you have 4 spades or 4 hearts? And if you do, then you would say probably 1 spade or 1 heart to indicate that. If you don't have a major, then you could bid like a diamond or a no trump or something else. But it is easier to get the game in a major than a minor, because you can bid at the 4 level instead of the 5 level to get a game contract, which is that bonus.
Okay.
Therefore, we're trying to figure, even if we both have a lot of diamonds, it might be better off for us to be in spades as the trump suit if we can get the game in that, because it's easier to make the 4 contract than the 5 contract. It's one less trick. So that's why we're trying to figure out if we have a major. Similarly, so if I open 1 club or 1 diamond, I'm saying I don't have a major. If I open 1 heart or 1 spade, I'm saying I do have a major. And that means I have at least 5 of the major suit. So I have at least 5 hearts or at least 5 spades. So if I say 1 spade, I'm saying I have opening count, which is 13 plus points, and I have at least 5 spades. Okay.
Wait. So if you open 1 heart or 1 spade, you are indicating that you're indicating you have a major, but I don't know what that means. Is indicating
a major suit, and the major suits are hearts or spades.
Yeah, but it's indicating that you have one of them, or how many?
So basically, I'm saying I have linked in that suit, which means I have a bunch of cards of that suit.
Okay.
So with the trump suit, if we make a contract in the trump suit, it helps to have more trumps rather than less. So we would rather have like 10 trumps between the 2 of us rather than having 5 trumps between the 2 of us. So we're trying to find a suit where we have a lot of trump cards.
Okay.
And we're hoping that will be a major suit, which is hearts or spades. Okay. Let's just start.
I have one related question.
Okay.
So you said that when people open with 1 club or 1 diamond, that indicates that they're like asking the partner, "Do you have a major? Because I don't." But does that mean that they have no majors at all, or does that mean they just don't have enough to?
What if you have 1? So I'm not saying I have no hearts and no spades. I'm saying I don't have 5 hearts and I don't have 5 spades. So I might have 4.
Okay. So you're indicating that we should focus on the other. We should focus on like if I open with a minor, that indicates that I think we should focus on the minors rather than because I don't have enough.
No, it indicates you're asking your partner, hey, do you have a major?
Yeah, okay.
So if I open 1 club, I'm saying, man, I don't have 5 spades and I don't have 5 hearts. I sure wish you did, partner. And then I'm saying, partner, please, I'm begging you, if you have if you have 4 hearts or you have 4 spades, please name that suit, and then maybe we can get in a major and we don't have to be stuck in these terrible minor suits.
Okay. And then finally, so the way that we so you haven't really described to me like how the game ends per se. I mean, so the contract is the final winning bid, but I don't know how the sort of mechanics of that work.
Okay, so after the bidding phase, we're going to get to the playing phase, and the person to the left of the person who took the contract is going to throw out the first card, and there's going to be 13 possible tricks, and we want to take as many of them as possible.
Okay.
So if we bid 1 heart and that took the contract, then we're trying to take at least 7 tricks, and hearts are trump. If we take at least those 7 tricks, we're going to get points. If we don't take at least 7 tricks, if we take 6 tricks or 5 tricks, they're going to get points. and they're going to get like more points the more we're down. If we bid like a heart and we make 3 hearts, then we're going to make extra points for making more tricks. So if you make your contract and you exceed your contract, you make points. If you don't make your contract, you lose points. That is bridge in general. We're going to be playing a form of bridge called duplicate, which the scoring is a little different. So the scoring is exactly like that, except what duplicate tries to do is remove the randomness from the game. So in other words, if you got dealt 4 aces, like you would have a big advantage on us because you have great cards. And duplicate tries to remove that advantage. And the way it does that is it has 16 possible groups of 4 people play the exact same hand. And then it compares your score against other people who played the exact same hand. And it gives you points not based on the cards you have, but on how you did relative to other people with the same cards.
Well, then how can I possibly win? Because I'm assuming these people have played before.
I mean, we're probably going to lose big, but it's no big deal. We're gonna learn in the process. So basically, you
sounds like I'm screwed to begin with.
No, it's but you're learning how to play. That's the important thing.
Yes.
So let's just get rolling, and I'll try to walk you through some things. All right, I'm gonna make the table not invisible, and then hopefully people are gonna step into west and east. Once people step down both places, cards are going to be dealt out. In the bottom here, there is a chat window where people can talk.
That is the whole table. So
yeah, so the whole table can see. Also, observers can talk there, and they can make it either so we can see or not see what they say. I'm warning you in advance that most likely what's going to happen, and this happens even with experienced people, not even with a newbie, is that there are going to be people who play against us who are going to get frustrated with us. They're going to be like, "Why are you so slow?"
Yeah.
And we're just going to ignore them.
I noticed that in your profile description. You said that sometimes you
play slowly. That's my whole profile. So what you're supposed to do in your profile, which I have not done, is to state your bidding system. And there are all sorts of complicated bidding systems that you're supposed to declare in advance so people know what your bids mean. But I don't even do that because number one, I bid real simply. And number two, I think the most important thing is for people to know that I play slowly, and too bad. So probably some people are going to sit down, they're going to play like a hand or two, and then they're going to be like, "You're too slow," and then they're going to leave, which is fine because other people are going to sit down. And we'll
Did that happen to Swole?
Whole process afterwards. It happened to Swole for a while until like some people who are more patient sat down, and then they played for a while.
All right. Yeah, I'm probably going to be like the worst player ever, but I'm looking forward to it. Got my bridge coach helping me. So we can't do anything. We're just waiting for somebody to jump in.
We're waiting for someone to jump in. In theory, I could go to like the main lobby and say, "Hey, we're looking for players," but I've never really had to do that in the past.
Yeah. Yeah,
no. We might have to wait like
I
5
can use
minutes.
The time to review my copious notes here.
Yeah, or ask any questions you have.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I have to remember that when bidding happens, the number that I bid is really like it's going to be added plus 6, like what the actual thing is. I need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So like if I bid 2, I'm taking 8 is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I can't bid more than whatever makes 13. So 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can send you some links.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to send you some links just to bookmark because it's not. Well, are you watching my chat?
Yeah, I can pull it. Well, I have your chat in a different tab, so I just clicked on it, for example, just now.
Okay, yeah. So the two things that I reference on my OBS are these two. So the scoring is just how to score bridge in general, and that's not with the duplicate. That's just the raw score, and then you compare it versus other people. But the main thing to keep in mind with the scoring again is that there's bonuses for game, which is 3 no trump, 4 of a major, or 5 of a minor. There's even bigger bonuses for slam, which is you're saying 6 or 7. Oh, we got an east. We just need a west. The bid-in thing, you can see that's like the best resources I've seen for how to bid, but there's a ton of information there. So like I haven't even read half of that. And there's all sorts of complicated bidding systems, but we're just being real simple.
All right.
But if you get curious at some point, you can go look more at that.
I hope I don't see on Twitter or something, hey, this is like I found the worst bridge player ever. It's this guy RMNB that I just played against.
Oh, okay. So now,
okay.
Do not watch the Twitch stream because you shouldn't see my cards.
I'm not watching the.
But okay, so you should count your high card points now.
Oh yeah, good point. Okay. Count high card points. Okay, I know the number of high card points I have.
Okay, so if you have less than 13, just click pass. If you have more than 13, then
but that's just high cards though.
Oh yeah, there's distribution points too.
Yeah. So I should count those as well.
Yeah. But again, if it looks like you're nowhere near 13 points, just feel free to press pass.
Yeah, okay, so
if you have more than 13 points, then figure out, do you have a 5-card major suit, which is spades or hearts? If you have that, okay, so east is left, because he thought we were too slow probably. So we're going to wait for another east. So once we get through the bidding phase and get to the playing phase, honestly, I think even after you get through one round of bidding, so it goes around once. After that, I think if someone leaves, it puts in a robot, so like a computer that will bid.
Okay. So that probably wouldn't get too mad at us because
robots don't get mad.
Yeah. Well, maybe not yet. We'll see.
Smash Time thinks it's funny that East is gone. We're going to see a lot of East and West.
It was confusing. I'll tell you something that was confusing to me when I first joined this thing. It was like I was confused. I didn't realize that it was northeast, southwest. When we first was like, okay, the east is on the left. Why does that make sense? I realized I'm looking down.
It's just because
I'm looking down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because
you're always at the bottom.
It's just because I'm south, just because that makes it easier on the people seeing. So it's a little more confusing for you as north. Okay, so now you have a little bit of you should probably just keep passing, but if you've had a suit you really liked and you have not 13 points, but you have something reasonable, like I don't know, 10 points or 9 points, you could draw it a bit if you want, but it's probably best to just pass.
But points within a suit is just like it's just like distribution points, right?
Yeah, distribution points, high card points, etc. You could probably just pass and keep rolling.
Okay.
But
yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, we have a robot in east, and right now, if you hover over the robot's bid, it will explain everything about what its bid means, I think.
What the? Okay.
But here's how. So we didn't discuss no trump, but when East initially bid no trump, I'm pretty sure that East was saying that he had 16 to 18 points, and he had an even distribution, meaning he had at least 2 cards in every suit. When West bid, oh, you can pass, by the way.
Sorry, I was looking at my notes for a second.
Yeah. So one no trump is another of those sort of trick bids. All right, so I'm gonna play.
I don't even know where the no trump bid is. Not that I.
Yeah, so no trump is again, it's above the suit bids. So it's so now it's your turn.
So we're in the playing phase?
We're in the playing phase. You need to throw out a diamond.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I am going to this. So the king is mine. You should probably throw out a low card so I can take the trick. Now I am going to throw out another diamond. So you probably want to play high. Oh, okay. Where is?
Wait, is it me?
What's going on? It's on you. Yep.
Oh, okay. I don't think I got very good luck with my things.
No worries. So what they were basically doing is they were pulling Trump to get us out of the Trump suit. And then after that, they're going to try to run their high cards. Last time says, ChessDoofus, your cards suck. It's okay.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they do. Wait, okay. Yeah, I can't do anything with this.
If you have a spade, you have to play a spade.
I do have a spade, but okay.
Hey, Juice Bold. We're trying some bridge here, and this is the first time my partner ChessDoofus has ever played bridge.
So it's my first game of bridge.
You got a trick. You got his
first
trick.
I did one thing. So what do I do now? Do I play the next?
So now you try to either take a trick or try to set me up to take a trick.
How would I wait? So what? What just happened?
So you won a trick. Now you can click either of your two cards, and that's the first card that will be played.
Okay, all right, sure. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
That was incredibly unlucky.
In that case, well, in that case it didn't matter because you had a high trump card. But you could see the board, so you could see that he had like a higher club than yours, and you knew that the board would take the contract. So take the trick. I'm sorry. So you probably should have played your other card instead of the club, but it's no big deal.
Okay, so East is gonna... I'm not exactly understanding that. I'm gonna probably rewatch this stream and kind of maybe I'll understand better some of the things you're telling me, because now I have what's going on here? This is a totally new set of cards here.
Yeah, totally new set of cards. So count your points, and you have plenty of time to count your points now because we don't have an East yet. And East has to step in.
Okay. So
Juice Bold, I'd love to play some bridge with you at some point. I've been trying to teach new people bridge, but it would also be good to play.
Yeah, you are my bridge
more experienced
coach.
People.
I have a bridge coach.
Yeah,
that's good. Okay, so all right, might as well start adding things.
Which system do you use? I use Standard American. A really simple system. Honestly, I use strong twos, which is very unusual. Most people do weak twos, but I do what do you call it? Damon transfers, Gerber, stuff like that. But none of this has been taught to my partner, who has never even played a card game with tricks before.
So, yeah, I am of the highest incompetence at this. So
West is left because he was frustrated that there's no East. But eventually,
yeah, West. So we've lost everybody. Yeah, you were right about that.
But Juice Bold, I play pretty simple bridge, but honestly, I've been playing bridge for much longer than I've been playing chess. I learned bridge when I was 4 years old. And my mom, so my mother been playing bridge her whole life. My mother was actually conceived because my grandparents needed a fourth for bridge. So they had, she had an older brother, and they said that's not good enough. That's only 3 people. We need one more for a full bridge game.
And you've told me about your adventures dominating people at bridge at
yeah, so
various communities.
My grandmother on my mother's side played bridge, and after she retired, that's basically all she did. Like every day, she would, play bridge for like a few hours a day. So when I would visit her in her retirement community, I would play in some of their bridge games, and they played for very low stakes, but I won money versus them. Even though all they did was play bridge all day long every day, I was still able to do okay versus them. And I think it's because I have a memory advantage, because memory is very big in bridge, and their memories are sort of going.
Okay. So I know how many points I have. I'm trying to sort of figure out how that's going to influence what I'm doing. I'm rereading that sort of section of the thing.
Okay. Yeah, so Juicebowl, there's a lot of good Italians too. So it's interesting. Bridge, especially in America, is pretty much an old person's game. Like a lot of older people play bridge, but all the best bridge players are young. So in every retirement community out there, there's a ton of bridge. Oh wow, he is opening.
Looks like we're going.
I am not going to let that go by. So I am saying I have opening count, and I have at least 5 spades. So now you need to look and see if you have 6 to 10 points, you go up by 1. If you have more than 10, you go up by 2. If you have spade support, which is at least 3 spades, then you can say spades. If you don't have at least 3 spades, you say something else.
Okay, how would I go up though exactly? So I'm supposed to click one of these numbers. So
yeah,
I can only go up. I can only go up by. Okay.
So if
I would click a suit based on whatever I think I'm strong in.
Yeah. Well, first you want to say, can you support my spades? If you have at least 3 spades, then you say spades. If you don't have at least 3 spades, then you can say another suit.
Okay. How do I even say a suit though?
You click the number, and then you click the suit.
Oh, okay. And then okay.
So I think you have to click at the 3 level, unless you want to say 2 no trump.
No, sorry. Okay, I see what's going on. All right, I'm going to try this. I think this is what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. So you have hearts. We should have discussed this, but it's not a big deal. When you say major over major, so if I've already bid a major and you bid another major, generally you're guaranteeing at least 5 of them. So I am actually going to pass this. I don't know if you actually have 5 hearts, but I should have told you that before. So
yeah. Okay.
That was my bad.
Now what would I do here?
Now you are playing the contract. So you can see my cards, and you're going to play my cards and your cards. You do have at least 5 hearts. That's excellent. Okay. Yeah. So now you're trying to take these tricks. So you want to take this queen with either the king in my hand or the ace in your hand, and you can decide which you think is better.
Why? What would cause me to use the king instead? Well, I see. So maybe I should use the king, because maybe there's nobody else that's going to have that card, that ace card, right?
Well, you have the ace card, so you know you have it, and no one else has it.
Yeah, so maybe I should save that, because I can win with this king. Is what
right. So one consideration is they can see the king and they can't see your ace. So now you play low, definitely.
Yeah, I've done that.
And so they can't see your hand; they can see my hand. So now you play a card from my hand.
What do I click on though?
You click on whatever card you want to play. So probably what you want to do is either you want to play the ace of diamonds and then trump diamonds later. That's probably a good strategy, actually. I would play the ace of diamonds. Here, I'll just tell you a few plays. Ace of diamonds, play low.
Okay.
Okay, so now you want to click either a low club or low spade, and then take it in your hand.
Okay, so here's a thing.
Okay, so now you want to play the king of spades.
King? Yes.
King of spades to hopefully take that trick. And now you're going to play a diamond and trump or rough it. They call it roughing when you play the trump card. So you're going to play a diamond, and you're going to play a heart on that diamond.
From your thing.
From my.
I see. I'm like controlling the whole thing.
You're controlling the whole thing, and the thing is, you're already out of diamonds in my hand, which is great. So I have to
play just something else.
So you can play any card, but if you play a trump card, you take the trick.
Yeah.
Because we're assuming, since only one round has been played, they're not out of diamonds yet. Okay, so now you're on my hand, and now you want to get back to your hand. So let's play a club. Hey, Just Maria. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so
I'll
play low club.
Any one of those clubs. They're actually all the same because they're all in order. But yeah, and then play the ace of clubs.
Yeah.
And then you're going to play the 3 of diamonds, and you're going to take it with the 8.
Right, because the trump thing?
Yeah, so you're going to play a trump, and assuming West isn't out. Okay, so now what I want you to do is play the ace of spades.
I don't understand the order in which we're doing this.
So the order is we're trying to
afterwards. So yeah, we're trying to use this seven here.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is take as many tricks as possible. Okay, now you can play a low spade, and basically, what we're assuming. Okay, so now play like the 2 of hearts. So basically, we're hoping that East is not out yet. Okay, so now it's time to play some trump. So you could play just high to low, I guess. You could play the ace of trump.
Okay, so this.
I guess another option would have been to play
me a lot of.
But either way, this works.
So I have to use this 10. I have no other option.
You have to.
Okay.
Okay, so now play like a low trump, I guess. Oh, by the way, congratulations! You have made your contract. You said 3 hearts, and you've made 9 tricks.
Yeah, I had a lot of hearts, so.
Yeah, so that's great. So you can play any card basically. What you did.
So what would I? How would I choose whether to? So I can't do anything on this one.
Discard any one of those cards. Now you can actually take the trick with one of your hearts, probably the 7, and you could just play the 9 of hearts and hope for the best. But I think they're going to take the other 2 tricks.
Yeah.
And he probably is. Oh, I wasn't even counting if he had a heart left. I guess not. Okay, but you made 10 tricks, which. Oh, I guess I should click on the history thing to see. We made a little bit of money there. We made 0.5 imps. Okay.
The heck is an imp?
It's so that's like the duplicate thing. I need to bid real quick.
Wait a minute, but this is a new. I should be adding my stuff up again.
Right? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna just. Oh, actually, this is a little bit complicated. Well, I'll just do this. Okay, so basically I am saying I don't have a major. Do you have a major? And you're saying, do you have 6 to 10 points? Or do you have 10 or more points? Or do you have 11 or more points?
Okay. So what? I can't really explain my issue because that would be giving away information that I can't give away. So I'm. Go.
If you have less than 6 points, just pass. If you have 6 to 10 points, question is, do you have a 4-card major, which is 4 hearts or 4 spades? If you do, you can say like 1 heart or 1 spade.
Okay.
If you have more than 11 points, you could say 2 hearts or 2 spades. Or you could say just, okay, so you have spades. That is excellent. That's good information.
I have spades and spades.
Okay. I'm going to say 2 hearts. What I'm saying is I don't really have spades support. I'm telling you I have exactly 4 hearts because I have not bid hearts before. So if you have 4 hearts in your hand, or even 3 hearts, you could say 3 hearts. If you have like 6 spades in your hand, you could say 2 spades. Or if you have neither of those things, you could say like 2 no trump, or you could say like 3 clubs or something like that. Or you could pass if you like hearts. Okay.
Hey,
you have a lot of options.
I'm totally confused. I'm gonna choose one of the options. Seems okay.
Okay, 2 no trump seems reasonable.
It seems reasonable to you. I'm just sort of doing what I can.
Okay, I'm gonna make you play the contract again. So
Smash says yes. ChessDoofus is confused.
So just do pass. Out. Just do pass. Okay, so you have taken the contract. You are going to play this again. I actually have a very good hand. I sort of underbid at the start. Okay, so I think you should play the king of spades here. And the reason is you have a king that is not really protected. So if you played low and he played the queen, then you'd be screwed. Let's play low here. Okay, so they're probably going to play spades. Play low, play the 4 spades. And now you actually have the high spades that are left. You can play the five of spades.
Yeah.
So that's 8 out. So you probably have the rest of the spade tricks. Okay.
Should
so
I play this
high? Play high here, I think.
Yeah.
And then play low. Okay. So now we need to regroup and reevaluate. You actually have a lot of entry to the board. I would play the 8 of hearts here.
Why?
And you're going to try something that's called a finesse. So
okay.
So basically, we're going to see what East plays. If East, okay, you're going to play the Jack of Hearts, and we're going to hope that West does not have the Queen. And this is called a finesse, and your finesse worked. It worked great.
Well, that was not my finesse, but okay.
It was your finesse, and it worked great. Okay, so now let's play the 10 of diamonds and try to get back to the north hand. And play the king of diamonds. Okay, so now let's play the 2. Actually, just play the jack of spades, because I don't think you're ever gonna get back there again. 5 of clubs. See if he has a spade. He doesn't have a spade. Okay, let's think about these spades. So there are 8 spades out. 9, 10, 11, 12. Am I miscounting that? Yeah, so I think you can play the 10 of spades. And I think you can play the 10 of spades, then your 8's going to be good. So, no, that's the 10 of clubs. That's not so good. That's okay. Let's try the queen of clubs here. This is another finesse. Queen of clubs. Okay, now you're going to be totally screwed in diamonds. They're just going to take a ton of diamonds.
Yeah, I think I just did the wrong thing.
Yeah, just play the 2 of diamonds.
Okay.
And then
at some point I want to stop
7 of clubs.
Sort of talk about this.
Yeah. 7 of clubs. Okay, I'd play the 8 of clubs here. And you actually get to take this. The 10 of spades. And now your 8 of spades is good. So play the 8 of spades. And then 6 of hearts.
Yeah.
So you're going to be set by 1. 6 of hearts. But you were real close. Now let's play a low club, and then my hand is good. And now click any card. So every card you click is going to be good from now
on. Okay. Yeah, at some point I'd like to sort of do a post-mortem here.
Yeah, so what we can do is next time they all leave, we can lock the table and we can talk about these past hands.
Jeez, okay. But it's kind of, I feel like it's at this point it's kind of happening over again, but
it's happening. Oh wait, did you make the contract?
Questions.
Oh, I guess you actually made the contract. You actually made a ton of imps. You're crushing them now.
I don't know.
All right, so you need to bid. You need to bid though. You need to count your cards.
Yeah, I'd have to do some math then. Okay. Okay, and okay.
So if you have less than 13 points, just pass. If you have more than 13 points, figure out if you have a 5-card major, which is 5 hearts or 5 spades. Okay, great. Well, it's 3 passes to me. I'm gonna try one of these. So now let's figure out if you have 6 to 10 points. Figure out that you have 3 spades in your hand. If you have 3 spades in your hand, you could say 2 spades. or you could say 3 spades, depending on how many points you have. If you don't have 3 spades, you can name another suit that's good.
Okay. So a suit being good is in the number I have, or what I have?
Yeah, it's generally good as far as length, but you know it also helps to have face cards.
But wait, so when I click a number, it doesn't give me the option of different suits. Does that mean
if you clicked 1, then your only option is going to be 1 no trump. If you click 2, you can click any suit there, because it has to be higher than 1 spade.
Okay, I'm afraid I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, maybe I'll pass because I don't think that.
You can pass if you're not sure.
I don't think I was supposed to. I don't think I was supposed to.
Okay, well we can look at your
hand.
hand.
We're totally. We're totally gonna have to look back at this.
No, that's fine. Okay, so now I can see your hand. You don't have that many spades.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, you have. That's interesting.
But I don't know. You have. Maybe I should have done.
You could have bid maybe 1 no trump. It's hard. Your hand doesn't have like a great fit. But
all right. So now you're gonna explain to me. So I don't really do anything right now, right? Because you're
right. So
you're gonna explain to me why. One of my questions is why you decided.
So I decided to play low because I have a lone king, so I don't want to play my ace and then the king, and then I'm wasting a trick.
No, that's not what I mean. But like, why the order that you decide? Like, for example, on this turn, like, are you gonna how you decide which suit to play and like what to play with?
So
why did you decide to go hearts?
I played the Queen of Hearts because they're gonna take the trick, but now I don't have any hearts. So any heart they play, I can take in my hand. In this case, I can take this. And I can actually trump this, but I don't want to because I've already taken it with the ace. So I'm going to play a low diamond here. I can actually win every diamond trick, but until they trump it. But at some point, I'm going to need to draw trump. So I think I might as well draw trump here because all my diamonds are good. And
my confusion is palpable, but all right.
Yeah, I'm going to play the jack, and we'll see what they do here. If he plays the queen, I'll take it. Oh, okay. Then we'll see if he plays the ace on this. He did. Okay. They're trying to draw my trump, which is not a good idea for him. So I'm counting the number of trump. So that's 2 rounds of trump. That's 8 trump total. And then I have 4 in my hand. And there's 13 total trump out there, 13 cards in a suit. So there's only 1 more trump out there. So that last trump is going to take a trick, but it doesn't really matter because I have the rest of the tricks. Okay, so now I'm going to take the diamond tricks on the board. They get 1 more trick with their trump, which I think is higher than any of mine, so I'm not going to try to draw it out.
Okay, and when you say your trump, you mean the card of that suit, which is the spades?
Yeah, spades, exactly.
Okay, all right. So there's one. So you're saying that our opponents have 1 spade somewhere, and they're probably going to take.
Yeah,
that.
And I'm assuming East has it because otherwise West would have just taken
the
trick.
But otherwise, you're not concerned.
I'm not concerned at
because
all.
You have all the other trumps.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm somewhat vaguely.
Yeah, see, the 9 was higher than any of mine. So I could just claim here, but I'm just going to play it out because it's faster that way. So all these tricks I have because I have all trump, and they have none. Oh, Chess Maria played years ago. Yeah, so my partner, who's ChessDoofus, this is his first time playing, so I'm trying to explain a lot here.
Yeah, hello, Chess Maria. I really don't know what's going on, but you know, it's
yeah. So this worked out. This worked out okay. Like the other suit that would have been good for us is diamonds, but it's hard to find that fit. So 1 spade was actually a good contract for us. Okay, it's your bid, so you have to count them up.
Okay, so I should count my points.
Special Time asked if this is a robot. No, neither of those are robots. Hey, Aaron.
I'm also not a robot, so I don't think any of our players are robots unless Chuck is.
Zero robots here.
So okay. All right. So I can't decide whether to pass or whether to. I have a weird situation that I probably can't describe to you. This is why.
Okay.
It says faster. Oh, correct.
If you have 13 or more points, you should bid. If you have less than 13, you should pass.
Oh, right. So it's the first thing. Yeah, that's true. Okay. That's true. I see.
And I also do not have 13 points.
But the way that my hand is composed is a little bizarre. Okay.
So now you could just pass the whole way, or if you have a suit you really like, you could bid it. Because I already know you have less than 13 points. If you have a really cool hand and you want to bid something, you could bid it, or you could bid pass. Okay, you have a bunch of clubs. I'm not going to bid you up. I'm just going to pass this. See what happens. So there's an interesting situation because I don't really understand West's bids. But you should probably pass this unless your clubs are really super amazing.
I'm just going to pass. You don't understand West's bids? Well,
I don't. So the reason is all three of us passed, which means all three of us had less than 13 points. So I'd expect.
And then he's still.
So I would expect West to have a lot of points, but he opened at the 2 level, and normally at the 2 level is a weak 2, meaning that he has not that many points.
Oh wait,
it's your lead, by the way.
How do I decide what?
So you could lead. You could lead your suit. You could lead clubs, or you could try to set something up.
Okay, I have a strange idea, and I don't know if this is correct, and I'll ask you after the game's over. Okay? I'm going to do something different from what you said and see what happens.
Okay. There is actually a mantra: when in doubt, lead Trump. So I'm going to assume you were in doubt.
I was in doubt. So there are.
Yeah. So
I can't describe why I made that decision.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Let's see. I need to figure out what to do. I'm actually going to let you take that trick. Maybe. Okay. He took that trick.
Okay. Now
So if you have a heart, you have to play a heart. And you can see the board. You can see the king, queen. Probably one of those are going to take it. Except I have this, so they're not going to take it. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to do something. When one of the leads you should consider is the highest of your partner's suit. So I'm indicating to you that's my highest club. It turned out that didn't work out so well, but you should play low because he's already taken the trick.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was trying to let you know where all the clubs were. So the queen of clubs is going to take it. You should have played low there.
No, I'm an idiot. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention.
No big deal.
Okay. So
the ace has taken it. So play low if you have a spade. If you don't have spades, just play a low card.
Mm-hmm. That's relevant to the decision I made at the beginning, which I'll see about after this is over.
Oh, Smash Time asked the previous hand, why not draw the trump out if you win the remaining tricks? I could have, but it didn't make any difference because it was higher than mine.
So I guess whenever you're not going to win a thing, you should always play the lowest one that you have.
Yeah, in general, you want to play low when you're sure you're going to lose it, so that you can save your higher cards for later.
I get the feeling we're not doing well this game.
Probably not, but we'll see.
Okay.
One thing to keep in mind, though, is we're playing duplicate, which means other people are playing these same cards. So it could turn out that we do stupendously well.
So my performance is going to be compared to other people? That doesn't sound good. I don't see how that would help, but I guess it couldn't hurt considering that we're in trouble.
Well, how it helps is maybe they were in the wrong contract. Maybe they should have been somewhere else. Unfortunately, he wins both these tricks, I think, because he has the king left, I think. Yeah. So I didn't want to be on lead there, but so look, we made some money. If you look in the we column, we got some points. We got 0.8 points. Oh, and the reason is
went really quickly there too.
Compared to other people, probably they should have been in 4 spades. And 4 spades is game, and they would have got a huge bonus. Okay, so I'm going to pass. Yeah, so they should have bid game. So you can actually click on other tables. So by the way, you should be on the history tab. Your tab's on the right. The history tab will show you the past few hands.
I see. Okay, that's useful.
And
it's like your archive or something.
Yeah, and you can also click on. Well, first you should bid. If you have opening count, then if you have a 5-card major, and if you don't have a 5-card major, you could bid. You could bid 1 club or 1 diamond, whichever is your better suit. If you do have a 5-card major, you could bid 1 heart or 1 spade. Okay, so it passed out. You passed, which means all 4 of us passed.
Oh, okay. It was telling me I passed out, so I'm pretty sure I'm still awake. But
okay. All right, I'm gonna bid 1 spade. I'm indicating to you I have opening count at least 5 spades. We don't have a West yet, but you can figure out what you're going to do. You can sort of assume West passes. If West passes, what should you do? And in response, you should look, do you have 6 to 10 points? If so, up by 1. If you have 11 or more, up by 2. If you have less than 6, like 5 or less, you should pass.
Well, wait, but since there's nobody here, I mean, could we?
Well, there's no one here. Maybe I can block the table.
So since there's nobody here, can we like pause this and just say
I'm gonna
because like even right now in this situation, I want to kind of describe. I want to tell you what my hand is and then tell you like what I should do and then say you've locked it.
Yeah, I've locked it.
So like I don't have.
Instead of you telling me what's in your hand, let's take like just a lot of time to go through the options, I guess. Okay. So basically, I've indicated to you I have a 5-card major, and I have at least opening count. So that's great for us because we like majors rather than minors. Now we want to figure out. We're trying to figure out, can we get to game or not? And game in this case would be 4 spades. So if you have like more than 10 points, if you have like 11 or more points, we can probably get the game. And if you have 11 or more points and a good fit in spades, then we can probably get to game in spades. So if you had 11 or more points and you had at least 3 spades in your hand, you could say 3 spades. And I would say, wow, spades is our suit. So between the two of us, like I've said I have at least 5, you said you have at least 3, so we have at least 8 between the two of us. That means they have at most 5 spades between the two of them, and that would be good for us. And then we try to get to 4 spades. If you had 6 to 10 points and you had at least 3 spades in your hand, you would say 2 spades, and most likely, unless I had a really spectacular number of points, most likely I would just pass and we would be in 2 spades. And 2 spades is easier than 3 spades to make, but you get the same number of points. So it's just like life on easy mode.
Mm.
If you don't have 3 spades in your hand, then you'd be like, okay, Chuck, I recognize that your spades are pretty good, but my spades are shit. So we got to abandon this whole spades the spades fantasy that you have, Chuck, and we got to go somewhere else. And you could say, Chuck, I have my hearts are spectacular, so let's go hearts instead, or my clubs are spectacular, or my diamonds.
Okay, so I guess one of my questions is, so when I would indicate these things, I guess I would give you whatever information I can as soon as it gets to me, or because I would only pass. I would pass if I have fewer than 13 points for the first one.
Right, but right now it's not 13 points because I've already bid, so it's response, and response is 6 to 10 to respond.
Oh, wait,
because I've bid 1 spade already.
Yeah, so you're telling me not to reveal information about my thing, but I kind of want to just so you can explain why. So I don't have any spades, but I have more than 13. Like I've 13 plus points.
Okay. So
I have another suit that I have a whole bunch of stuff in.
What that means is you want to tell me what that other suit is, and we want to figure out like a better suit for us. So if I had to guess what you would say, not seeing your hand at all, but hearing that information, my guess is your bid would be 3 diamonds.
Okay, and so hold on, let me find the part of my notes for that.
So basically, you're saying that you have, if you have 13 points, that means you have more than 10 points. So you'd be saying go up not by 1 but by 2 to indicate you have a lot of points, and then you want to say what your good suit is.
Okay.
And I'm assuming your suit is diamonds, but I don't know what your suit is.
And also, so everything you said is correct, which leads me to the next question. I guess it has to do with the major and minor suits. But how did you arrive at the conclusion that it was diamonds?
Well, I would be giving you some information, but we're going to redeal this anyway. So the reason I guessed that it's diamonds because I have 0 diamonds, and I'm figuring you probably have a lot of diamonds.
All right, that makes sense. I see. So now I want to talk about the last game that we completed.
So we can click on any of these hands and like look at them.
So if I click on the last one, so would that be 5?
For the passed out one or the
most recent one that where I said I had a strange situation. Hold on. Pass. How do I pass?
So the board number 6. So the board that you click on underneath it shows.
No, I don't think it's the pass because it showed me that I could view my cards.
Okay.
Let me try this.
Okay,
one.
so
yeah, it was the previous one. It was number 5. Yes.
Okay.
So I only had 1 spade.
Yeah.
And you, but spade was trump. So when I went like in the playing phase, the first thing I did was just to get rid of the spade.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
So I didn't know if that was good or not.
So in general, when you were on defense and there is a trump suit, what you want to try to do in general is to get rid of all of a suit so that you can play your trump suit on that suit. It's hard in your case since you have longer suits and not many trumps.
So maybe I would do diamonds or something.
Yeah. So in this case, you didn't really have much you could do. Your hand wasn't that good. But the 2 things you can try to do is either you could try to set up your high cards. So jacks are pretty hard to set up, but if you had like a queen or a king and not like an ace, you could play low and hope that the ace goes out so that later your king or queen could be good. If you have an ace, you could just like cash that trick. Although you could worry about setting up other people's tricks, their kings and their queens. Without worrying about the high cards, if you have a suit, if you just had 1 heart and you had 3 spades, then you could lead that heart, and then next time anyone plays hearts, you wouldn't have any hearts, and you could play spades and win the trick.
But I wouldn't want to do that if it's a trump suit.
Right. If it's the trump suit, in general, you don't want to.
Okay. So if spades had not been the trump suit, then what I did would have made sense. But the fact that it was the trump suit made it a bad move. Okay.
Probably, yeah. In that case, I'm not sure if there's very much we could have done because we had a bad hand all around.
If I had to do that again, what would be a good move? Like, would I just do something?
If you had to do that again, so first of all, I'm not sure if you should have bid 3 clubs at all. Your hand wasn't like that good to bid that in the first place. But given that you did bid the clubs, you could try to set up what you said was your suited. So you could play like the jack of clubs or a low club, and then see like what I had in the clubs. And if you had really good clubs, then we could try to set up the clubs between the 2 of us.
So I guess I'm still confused about something. So you said that like my hand wasn't that great, so I should probably have just passed and not bid 3 clubs.
Yeah.
But I guess I had the impression that when I have that many of a suit, I should give you that information. So that was why I did that. But I guess you're saying that my point total isn't high enough that I should.
Yeah, you have like 2 high card points, and then and you have 2 points for distribution because of the 6 of spades. But the fact that they're bid in spades, maybe you shouldn't even count that. I don't know. So you don't have many points at all. So the fact that we had both passed originally, like your bid isn't telling me you have points necessarily, so I don't expect you to have like a ton of points. But on the other hand, when you bid something, you're saying like, I think maybe we have a snowball's chance in hell of making this contract, which I don't think you had a snowball's chance in hell of making 3 clubs.
So how would I give you the information that I have these cards of one suit then if I have like a low number of points? Can I just not give you that information? Like I just shouldn't bid?
You could just pass. You don't have to give me every piece of information.
Okay.
Because the danger, and this didn't come up there, but it's possible that when you we haven't even talked about this, but another thing you can do is you can click double, and double is a bid that basically says that contract that our opponents bid, I don't think they can make it, and then if our opponents go down making that contract, if they go down and don't make that contract, we get a lot more points when they're doubled. So if you bid like 3 clubs or 5 clubs or 6 clubs, they don't have to keep bidding their contract. They could just double you and rack up a ton of points by making your contract go down. In this case, they wanted to keep going with their contract, but they could have just doubled you, and they probably would have racked up more points that way.
Okay. So
the danger of throwing out a random bid is they could call your bluff instead of keeping bidding. If you could throw out a random bid and they just ignore you and keep bidding, then that's great. You've shared information with me, and we're all the better. The danger is they could call your bluff. They could be like, oh, we were bidding spades all this time. You bid 3 clubs. You can't really make 3 clubs. We're just going to punish you for that. So they could double you, and it could be passed around, and then you have to play a 3 club contract, and you might go down huge. Does that make sense?
Maybe. Okay. I'm just sort of analyzing what here. I'm trying to remember if there are any moments in the other games that I wanted to look at. This one in particular I wanted to write down because I got the feeling that whatever I did at the beginning when in the playing phase was like controversial. So
let me respond to the chat here. They're asking how old is Fairy? I'm not entirely sure. I think around 25, but I think that's sort of her business. You could ask her. That's just the general impression. I mean, she's graduated college. She actually has a PhD, and she finished her PhD program quite quickly. But it's somewhere in the realm of 25 to 27, if I had to guess. But I'm not entirely sure. And I'm just basing that off of her educational attainment. Anyway, go ahead, ChessDoofus.
No, that's fine. Also, you're talking to me. You can call me Dennis. It's fine. But
yeah, Dennis. Okay.
But okay, I'm clicking through the other games at the moment and looking at my hand and sort of.
So first of all, when you're looking at these results, you'll see that it has the board number. It has the result as in the contract. That'll say the contract that was bid, and then after that it'll say we or they. So the result. So the first board, for example, says 4 hearts East +1. Mm-hmm. That means East took the contract for 4 hearts, and it means that they actually made 1 over trick. So instead of making 4 hearts, they made 5 hearts. And then you can look at the scoring, which is the we/they column. So East is not us; it is our opponents. So yes. So they made some points for that, and because it was a game contract, they made a ton of points. So if you look at board 1 versus board 2, those are similar contracts. So making 5 hearts versus making 4 hearts, but the difference between those two is one of them bid it and one did not. So board 1 bid the 4 hearts, and board 2 did not bid the 4 hearts. And because 4 hearts is a game contract, there's a huge bonus. So it was like double the score. It actually could be even more than double.
Oh, right. Because you said a game is there are 3 no trump, 5 minor, or 4 major, and hearts is major. Okay.
Okay. And if you look at board 3, board 3 is 3 no trump, which again is a game contract. And so the score is like huge. It's like 400. If you look at board 4, that is not a game contract, and the score is relatively tiny. So even though board 4, we made 3 spades. So 3 spades, 3 spades makes 140. If we had made 4 spades but not bid it, we would have made 170. So 140 or 170 versus with a game bonus, you could get plus 300 or plus 500 for that game bonus, depending on vulnerability. And we don't need to get into that.
I have a question jumping back to board 2.
Okay.
Which is, so I guess that you want to make a game, but how would I know to bid like was it was a mistake for me to do 3 hearts as opposed to 4, or
so that gets to another thing we can do. Click on board 2. If you click on board 2, number 1 at the bottom here, it will show what the cards are on board 2. But at the top, there are options of my table, other tables, recent hands, recent tournaments. So click on other tables.
Sorry, somehow I'm looking at the screen that shows all of the cards laid out from when they started. So how do I?
Okay, so
I'm looking at your stream, and you're on a different looking screen from me, even though we're both looking at board 2. So I'm having a site issue, I guess.
Okay, so
hand diagrams, is that what should I be clicking on?
It may be like options as far as like.
Nope, I found it. Okay.
So history is what I'm in. Okay, so board 2, I clicked on that. So here I see what the cards are. At the top here it says my table, other tables. You can click other tables, and this will show us what we're scoring against. So if I click other tables, it's going to show what other people bid on the same hand and what they made. And it turns out that when we scroll down, there were a few people that bid 4 hearts and made it, but there were a lot of other people who didn't bid 4 hearts. Not only that, there were some people who bid 4 hearts and didn't make it. They went down. So if you look at the we/they column, that is imps. That is scoring us versus every other people playing the same contract. So if we had bid 4 hearts and made it, we would have made a ton of imps. The we column would have got 9.4 imps. If we bid 4 hearts and didn't make it, if you scroll all the way down in the they column, we would have lost 5.9 imps. So yeah, it's hard to get to 4 hearts. There's some people who did not get to 4 hearts. If you look in the middle, there's people who did not bid 4 hearts, and they made or lost like a little bit of money, but not that much, because it's all sort of relative. So question of how did we get to 4 hearts? Should we have got to 4 hearts? Maybe we should have, but it's not like we bid 3 hearts and every other table bid 4 hearts. It was sort of like hit or miss whether we got to that contract with these cards. It was sort of a marginal thing. So some people found it, some people didn't.
Yeah. So, but I wouldn't. So let's say that I'm trying to figure out if my sort of the scenario I'm trying to make makes sense. But I guess my question is, so I'm not really understanding the sort of intuition behind how you get to that sort of bid. So after this 2 diamonds and 2 spades, would it have been reasonable for me to bid 4 hearts, or is it just that like everybody passed and we just stayed on 3? And then because I see one of the other tables, I can see the game, and in that game, North bid 2 hearts, then there was a pass, then South bid 3 hearts, and then North bid 4 hearts, and that's why the bid was 4 hearts. But in our game, I would be jumping up from 2 to 4, and of course changing it to hearts.
Yeah. So in the middle of the table, if you look at the table here, it shows the bids. So
yeah, I'm looking at
so you can see the bidding progression. And yeah, again, yeah, you're right. If you look at other tables, it shows how they bid. So
I was looking at the bidding progression of the top table on the thing, where they got to 4 hearts, or well, but they did it because the guy first bid 2, and then somebody passed him with 3, and then he was like, "I'm passing you again. I'm bidding 4, with hearts."
So no,
I think I wrong.
So you're saying the one that started with 1 spade and then went to 2 hearts? That's the one you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So South opened 1 spade, and then and the reason is, as my camera's sort of in the way, I can't really see the. Okay, yeah. So basically, South, which is me, had a bunch of spades. So he opened 1 spade. So North, which is you, did not have 3 spades, so did not have spade support. He did have 5 hearts, and major over major, you need at least 5 of them. So he bid 2 hearts to say, I can't support your spades, but I got hearts. How do you feel about hearts? And then
so South is like communicating and saying, yeah, hearts are okay.
Yes. So South first says, I got a 5-card major. It's spades. North says, whoa, I don't like spades. What about hearts? I got 5 hearts. And then South says, well, okay. I actually have support for hearts, and in this case, he has 3 hearts, which is enough support, because so 3 opposite 5 adds up to 8, and that's pretty good heart support. So he's saying, I got heart support. So he's saying 3 hearts. And then North is saying, okay, well, we have a fit on hearts. Do we have enough points for game, or should we leave it in 3, or should we go for 4? And there's actually, it's interesting based on the size of the game bonus. There's statistics as far as when you should go for it and when you shouldn't. And even if you only make game, I think it's like a third of the time. It's either a third of the time or a fifth of the time, depending on vulnerability. But basically, you can lose like most of your game contracts, and still it's worth going for.
It's so profitable.
Because it's so profitable.
Yeah.
And
so what you're telling me is that the reason that it went to 4 hearts is that the North and South were communicating with each other, and they both were so confident in hearts that it went up.
North and South were communicating with each other, and they figured out that hearts were a fit. And then it was up to North. Once South said that hearts was a fit, it was up to North to say, do we leave it at 3 hearts, or do we go for a game at 4 hearts? And North was looking at his point count, and North has, let's see, he has 2 aces and a king, which is 8 plus 3 is 11. And he has 1 more point for distribution in spades. So that's 12 points. So he's saying, I have 12 points. My partner opened. So my partner has at least 13 points. So among the 2 of us, we have at least 25 points. And he's saying that's pretty close. So normally a game contract, you probably want 26 points, but at least 26 points. But when South opened, he could have more than 13 points. He could have like 15 points. He could have 17 points. So North doesn't know exactly how many points South does. He just knows he has at least 13 points. So
sorry, I hope that didn't just make a loud noise.
No. So between the 2 of them, North knows between the 2 of them, they have at least 25 points. And they might have more points. They might have like 30 points. So North is saying, we have 25 to 30 points. We have a great fit in hearts. So let's go for it. And he says, let's go for hearts. Does that make sense?
Yes, hold on. I'm trying to to make it so that I'm not going to get all these messages while because I hope that that's not making a noise. How do I mute this?
So Juice Bold had some questions early on, which is, why do you open 1 spade there? 1 spade. So Crucible, I explained this earlier in the stream, but I'll explain it again. There is a so first of all, there's a huge bonus for making game, and game is 3 no trump or 4 of a major or 5 of a minor. And the bonus if you make a game contract is 300 extra points if you are not vulnerable, and 500 extra points if you're vulnerable. So you want to make a game. It's easier to make game with a major than a minor. So you need one less trick to make game with a major than a minor. So you prefer a major. So when you're opening, you're trying to find a major, because if you can find a major, you're more likely to get to game and more likely to get that game bonus in the major. So if you have at least 5 spades, then you definitely want to say your major. Even if I had 5 spades and like 7 diamonds, I would still open 1 spade and not my diamond, because I need to name my major. It's that important. Later on, you can say like, oh, hey, I have diamonds too. But you definitely want to let your partner know if you have that major. And that's why South is going to open 1 spade, because he has 5 spades.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I finally turned off all these notifications so that hopefully my phone won't be super vibrating while we're doing this. Sorry about that. Hope that didn't get
no worries.
up on
Do you have any other questions, partner, or should we roll back into play?
I mean, I am going to have 1,000 more questions, but I'm really happy we did that, because that answered a couple of the ones that I had about what had happened in those games. So
yeah. So the other thing is, during the playing phase, like I told you, like sort of what to play when you were playing some of these.
Yeah, we should talk about that. Actually, we should talk about that.
Okay, so when we were playing
during the playing phase,
when we were playing the contracts, what I was trying to do is I was trying to set up future tricks. One thing you should do when you play a contract is, and this is kind of hard because there's going to be east and west yelling like, oh, you're too slow, you're too slow. And like, if we look in the chat here, it says faster, faster, faster.
Yeah.
But a good bridge player, when the playing phase starts and it's their contract, you can see your partner's cards, and you should immediately say to yourself, how many tricks do we have between us, like for sure tricks, and how many tricks do I need to set up to make the contract? So in other words, if I have like a bunch of aces and kings, those are like for sure tricks. Assuming that they can't like trump them, assuming they don't have voids and can trump them in. Like aces and kings are like for sure tricks. And then you could say like, well, I need to make 9 tricks to make my contract, and I have 7 for sure tricks. I need to make 2 more tricks. Where can I make those tricks? And possible places to make those tricks are, you might have like a jack or a 10 that isn't a for sure trick because it could be taken by a queen, but maybe you can set that up by taking the queen with like your king or your ace. And then after you set up that trick, then that's a good trick. Another thing you can try to do is, you could have a short suit. So I could have like only 1 heart and trump his spades. So you can be like, I'm going to get rid of my hearts, and then I'm going to play back and forth from one hand to the other, trump in that short suit. So if your hand has 5 hearts and my hand has 1 heart, we might play a round of hearts, and now I have 0 hearts and you have like 4 hearts. And now you can play a heart from your hand, and then I can trump it with a spade in my hand. And then I can get back to your hand, so I could play like a 2 of clubs to your ace of clubs. And once I'm back to your hand, we could play another heart, and I can trump it from a spade in my hand again. And that's a way that you manufacture more tricks. So what we were doing during the playing phase when we took the contract is, first we were looking to see how many tricks can we take. And then we were saying, like, how can we make more tricks? And we make more tricks by trying to set up either our not quite the highest cards, but like pretty good cards, or trying to make places where we get out of one particular suit and we have trumps left, so we can trump in by lead into that.
Okay. All right. I guess that explains sort of the general strategy. I imagine I'm still going to find myself curious about what order I should play things in going forward, but that is useful. Yeah.
Okay, should I open the
Sorry,
table?
sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, sure. We can open it up. I'm
Okay.
assuming we're gonna
So
have to make a
first,
new.
first I'm gonna click the redeal button.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, it didn't let me do
We
that.
we
But
already discussed that hand at length, so
okay.
Yeah.
It didn't let me click redeal, but
That's weird.
I'm gonna make it visible anyway. And
should I leave the thing then?
no,
Can I
no,
come back and then?
no.
Because you know more than you should.
Yeah.
About this.
Honestly, I kind of. Oh, I think I remember what you said, but it doesn't matter that much. Just. I mean, you still need to figure out how to bid this, and we'll see how it works out. I will offer a redeal anyway. It doesn't let me redeal. It's possible when they sit down, it might do a redeal anyway. I'm not sure. The most likely scenario for a redeal is when someone sits down at West and then they get up and then they sit down at East because they've already seen West cards, and then that forces a redeal. IGH or Cole, I think I answered the fairy question, but it's not. It's not really my purview. That's something you should ask her.
Although to be fair, all of the estimates that they provided are considerably lower than what she must be. So.
Oh, really?
Because
I didn't even see
their.
They said 20.
They were like 16.
Oh, no,
one of them cast Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard people make those assumptions before. But yeah, I mean,
we haven't.
So she did say that she finished high school very young. But even so, I mean, she's definitely been through college and grad school.
We have players here.
Yeah, so probably West will bid, so get ready to bid.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so your 2 diamonds indicates to me that you have 6 to 10 points, and you don't like spades, and you have good diamonds. Which I don't think is actually the case based on what you said before.
Yeah, I'm confused.
But based on what you because you only went up by 1.
Oh, okay.
If you because you said you had more points than that, you probably should have said 3 diamonds. But it doesn't matter. It's all learning experience.
I do. Okay.
And by the way, there are different bidding systems. So like what I do is not necessarily what other people would do.
If in the future in that situation, I should go by more than one when I have that many.
Right.
How many? Would I go by 2 or 3?
It's probably 2. It depends how great your hand is. Okay, so in this case, when I say 2 spades, I'm saying to you, I have at least 6 spades now, and I'm saying I don't really like diamonds. And so you could either pass this, or you could say like 2 no trump, or you could name another suit, or whatever you want to do.
Okay. I'm gonna pass, and then I have a question related to something you just said also.
Okay.
Which is why would I decide to do 2 no trump in that situation?
Because we didn't necessarily have a fit on a particular suit. So you actually don't.
If you don't have a fit, you might as well just.
You could just go. I don't think we had a fit period. But it'll be interesting to see if we can make something here. Okay, it is low though. We're only in 2. Okay. So this is a very interesting hand. Like I would love to run your diamonds. All right, I'm gonna try to make even more tricks, which might be a crazy thing to do, but I'm going for a finesse there. It didn't work. So East is going to screw us in hearts. We were going to lose these hearts anyway, so... Well, maybe we weren't, actually. I probably should have played the ace instead of monkeying around. Oh, I actually took that. Okay, excellent. Now let's play these diamonds. That's a pretty high diamond that East played. So I'm worried that he only has the jack left. So I'm going to play another round. Probably East is going to play the jack. Oh, that's interesting. He played high and then low. That's pretty weird. We're going to keep trying this. Okay. So now all I have left is trump. I am going to play this. Okay. Now I'm going to try to pull trump. This is a 2-for-1 sale. Since you have no trump. But it's hard because I'm the one leading. I'm going to actually lead. Go with the 9. Now it doesn't really matter what I play there, but I don't want them to know that, so I'm going to act like it matters. Alright, he played the 10, and now I'm even more screwed because whatever I play, West is going to play higher. But go in there. Actually, I think
You're gonna win one.
Yeah. The question is this 4 good? And I haven't been counting. And It was not good. So we were real close. We were 1 down. So not that big a deal. So but yeah, we just had a really bad fit. Was the problem.
So it would not have helped that much if I had changed my thing at the beginning. Not that I.
Yeah. If you had gone to 3, we just would have gone down even more.
So I'm basically a grandmaster at the
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to do some counting here.
Yeah, Juiceful, there's a lot of... So first of all, Juiceful, do you play on BridgeBaseOnline, or do you play just in person or someplace else? I think BridgeBaseOnline is the most popular place to play bridge. Could have tried... What do you mean 3 SA? Do you mean 3 spades, or... What does SA mean in this contract? No a tout. Not sure what that means either. Oh, no trump. 3 no trump. Oh, we could have potentially. Yeah, I don't know.
Not a language I speak.
But yeah, a 3 without trump. Okay. So West bid 1 club. You bid 3 clubs. That's kind of a really weird bid.
So, well, look at my first day playing.
I'm gonna pass. So. So
I don't know what I'm doing, man.
Yeah, you should probably pass this. The thing is, he bid clubs, so it's a little odd for you to bid clubs. Although his clubs doesn't necessarily.
Okay, after the game, maybe we can look at it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So it's my lead. I'm gonna lead this because you bid clubs. I'm going to lead my highest club. So now you know where all the clubs are. As you can see, West club, you know that the 6 is my highest club, so you can figure out what clubs East has. And that's the reason for that lead.
Oh, wait, so it's my thing I'm going. Okay, I see. So I'm supposed to be figuring out what clubs he had. So I might need to use this, which I don't. I'm confused.
Oh, I mean, you're just trying to win tricks, so you can play high or play low. It's up to you. But I was just giving you information.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's me again.
Do I speak another language, Cole? Not really. In high school I took French and Latin, and I only took like a year of French. I took 4 years of Latin. So in theory, I should know some basic Italian. In practice, not really. It helped me with my SATs a little bit, but I forgot all of it.
I don't know how to make a decision at this.
So it's yeah.
You can't tell me anything.
No, this is a hard thing to do. I can tell you some rules of thumb. Rules of thumb is if you are to the left of the dummy, then you should lead to the weakness of the dummy. But in this case, the dummy has no weaknesses, so that doesn't help you out. And if you're to the right of the dummy, then you should lead to the strength of the dummy. Which means I have a lot of good leads.
Okay, I don't know.
If you just throw out a random card, doesn't matter that much.
I'll do this.
Okay. Okay, so let us. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna play this, and my reason is I don't want him to win with the 6. I can play a higher card. So now he is gonna pull trump, which is in general a good thing to do when you've taken a contract. If you think you have more trump than the opponents. Oh, that's interesting. That was sort of unexpected. Pastime Full is if you are the dummy, you don't get to play anything because your partner gets to make all the plays. Okay, it's your lead again. Interestingly, that suit has worked out well for us. I'm going to. My partner keeps leading this, so maybe he has something good he's setting up. Ooh, that's what he's setting up. Very nicely done. Got a trick there.
Okay, so no.
Your lead again.
I'm not very.
You should generally lead to the weakness of the dummy. So if you don't have any diamonds, if you had hearts or diamonds, you could play one of those, or you could just play a random card. If you play a random card, play low, I guess. So I do have some good news for your partner, which is that we are going to set them due to your awesome play. But you don't know that yet. You'll just
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, so over here on the left, it shows the number of tricks that have been taken, and the up-down ones are the number of ones we've taken, and the left-right ones are the number that they've taken.
Yeah,
so,
I did.
We've already taken 4 tricks, and we need 5 tricks to set them in 3. And you don't need to worry about that. But it's a good thing to keep in mind is how many tricks you need to take. So to set in 3, you need to take 5 tricks. To set in 2, you need to take 6 tricks. Set in 4, you need to take 4 tricks.
I'm actually a little bit confused by the graphics on the screen, but I'll ask you about that in a second.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about what I'm about to do. I'm confused by this vertical thing that says 4 and the horizontal thing that says 5. Which one?
Yeah, so the vertical one is us because we are north south, and the horizontal thing is them because they are east west.
The guy whose turn it is saying it's too slow.
Well, because he is the dummy. So east is the one playing this.
Oh, I see. He say left because his partner was.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Last time I thought he was dummy.
I did one thing that I thought was clever this game, which is I tried to set up a situation where I could play the trump suit.
That worked out great. Yeah,
I was
wondering why you were playing those diamonds, but that was
than that, that's other than that, I didn't really know what I was doing in this game. But
that showed like two things. Number one, you were trying to set that up, which was great. Number two, as soon as I was able to take a trick, when I was figuring out what to lead, I led what you had been leading because I figured you had some method to your madness. So I figured I'm gonna lead
well, that's
you.
not necessarily good.
No, but often it is. So I mean, the same thing's gonna happen like later on when I play. You know,
Yeah, but I mean,
if I
but
lead, I'm maybe setting something up. So it helps when you're not sure what to do for sure.
Yeah, well, again, you should not always assume like intentionality.
Oh, so Juicebolt says the guy not playing is called the dead in Italian. Yeah, in English it's called the dummy.
But if you assume intentionality, you know, it's tough because I'm pretty clueless about this game. Like that one thing I did this game was like the first like intentional successful thing I've done in the playing phase of bridge in my life. So I don't really know what I'm doing. So you know, you said that you made decisions assuming that I was like trying to do something, but you know, you have to remember you're playing with a beginner here.
Even if you don't know you're doing something, that's what it worked out. I just assume you're playing cards for a reason.
Yeah, I was trying to get rid of stuff so that I could play the trump card because I thought I could take
I think
trick.
Eventually either East is going to realize it's his play or East is going to leave and a robot's going to come in and it'll play stuff out real quickly.
That's fine.
But
robots don't get mad at me.
I'm just going to tell you right now that the reason that, like, I'm not supposed to say this, but it doesn't matter. The reason that I know we're going to set them is because I have the high trump card left. So, which just blows my mind because you had the ace and I've already played the jack. And I have the king in my hand.
Okay, so you're really keeping track of like the trump cards that are left in. Okay, that's something.
So that's something, especially on defense, but on offense too, is you should be counting the trump cards to know how many are left. But in general, it would be hard for you to know where those cards are. But oh, thank you for the follow from Charizard Lizard. Really appreciate it. So one thing I could do is I could kick East. I think if I kick East from the table, then I'm not sure if I'll get a robot though.
He's your 896th. So you're very close to 900.
Hey Charizard Lizard, maybe you followed me before, maybe you unfollowed me. Maybe you didn't like something I was doing. Yeah, just well, we had Ace King Jack of their trump suit, which is very unusual. Alright, I'm just gonna kick this guy.
Okay.
So play a spade if you have one. Otherwise,
yep.
Whatever.
I just clicked on a spade, didn't do anything. There we go.
Oh wow, you have even another trick. Oh, they're gonna go down huge.
I saved some stuff.
Okay, so keep throwing stuff out there.
I probably do this.
Yeah, I don't know why they went 3 hearts, but I guess we'll get to take a look.
Well, I think I didn't really know how to play my last few things. Maybe I could have done a better job, but anyway.
I mean, we made a ton of imps there. We made 4.7 imps. That was awesome.
But so we, okay, we're doing a new game apparently.
Yeah.
I wanted to look at that for a second, but okay, we got new people, so.
A new person at least.
I'll just.
It's your bid.
Oh right, yeah. Okay, I need to.
Yeah. So, tell me in general if you want me to lock the table, because I'm in control of the table. So,
well, now that we're playing, let's play, and then we can, you know.
Okay. Oh, Juicebolt, if you want to play against us, yeah, that would be fun.
We're gonna get killed then.
So Juicebolt and Smash Time, put your BridgeBaseOnline handles in here, and then I can add you as friends, and I can invite you to the table. So my partner has bid 1 club, which I interpret as more than 13 points. So he has opening count. He does not have a 5-card major, and his clubs are better than his diamonds. And he's asking me, hey Chuck, do you have a 4-card major?
All right, well, that's a good sign because I seem to have communicated the things I'm supposed to communicate to you, which I haven't done like in any other bidding thing before. So it's
no, it's
the
just
first time.
I mean, you've had to learn a ton of new information. Because like when I was teaching Swole, like when I was teaching like the playing phase, he's like, oh yeah, I played a ton of spades, a ton of hearts. I know how trick-based games work. You had never played a trick-based game. So it's different. Oh, okay. Let me try to add Smash Time. Or sorry, add Juice Bold here.
It feels good. It's the first time
People
that successfully conveyed information within a game. Feels good. Why does this guy have a number 3 next to?
Because he's played a lot and done well, supposedly. Okay, let me try to.
Okay.
So,
that's a bridge-based thing. It's not yet. Okay.
Yeah, Juice Bold. You can. Let me try to invite you to the table. I guess I would have to, in theory, kick them to invite, but if any of them leaves, I will add you. Make it permission required to play. Okay. I am going to bid 2 spades. What I'm indicating to you by this is that I have more than 10 points, because I could have said 1 spade, but I didn't. I said 2 spades, so I'm up by 2. I have more than 10 points, and I have a 4-card major, and that major is spades. So now you can look at your hand and say, do you have spade support? Do you have like 4 spades ideally, or 3 spades maybe? And if so, you could go up in spades. But the fact that we each have opening count, or we each have a lot, means that we probably should be in some sort of game. I don't really know enough to say this, but I'm just going to go here. Yeah, Smash Time. It's annoying that they only allow short names. Okay, I'm gonna add Smashy. So I'm Night Tour on this server. Oh, you should pass, by the way, partner, because we're already in game.
Whoops. Yep. Okay. There we go.
So you can go to the People tab and add me as a friend. I'm gonna invite you guys whenever any of them leave, or maybe just after this hand. We can do that. Okay. So I am playing the hand. We're gonna get boned in diamonds. Let's see. It looks like we're gonna take a lot of clubs and we're gonna take a lot of spades. All right. So I'm definitely gonna take this. That's for sure. Now let me see how boned we're gonna be. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if a finesse goes well, then we just win. We have 2 possible finesses. I'm going to go with the spade. If West does not have the king of spades, we're good. If West has the king of spades, we're screwed. Okay, we're good. So now I'm going to play a spade. We're going to see if East plays the king. If he plays the king, I'm playing the ace. If he doesn't play the king, I'm playing the jack. Ooh, uh-oh. Turns out West did have the king, but he was slow rolling us. Well, let me see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So he has 3 spades left. He has the queen. I think he has the queen and the 10. Okay. So new plan. I'm gonna take this trick, and we're gonna do something different. we're gonna go back there, and we're gonna try finessing clubs. We're gonna finesse the same way, because the fact that he was slow rolling us and he had that, he's unlikely to have both of those cards. So I could have finessed either way here, because it means I could have finessed from my hand to yours or from your hand to mine in clubs. But I'm gonna finesse from your hand to mine. The question is, do I want to play a round first? I think I do. So first we're gonna play one round of clubs. Then we're gonna play the jack. And now we're gonna duck it. West has the queen of clubs, we're screwed. Oh, okay, we're screwed. So now he can play all these diamonds, and we lose a ton of tricks. But it was worth trying. Okay. Yeah, just well, the diamonds come. We were basically, we had to manufacture one trick, and it turned out West had everything, which was unlikely but possible. So on the board, I need to leave a club and a heart to get to my hand. Oh god. He also has the queen of spades. I think I'm gonna have to throw one of these good clubs. Alright, so we're screwed. He still has these spades. I'm gonna just... Maybe I should have left this club as a blocker, but I think we're just screwed. We're just down 2. Oh, he's throwing a spade. I like that he's throwing spades, but even so, we're still screwed. For this one. I should go back to the results tab. They made a ton of imps. What did other tables do? A lot of people were in 4 spades. Now that was a little better. So yeah, we were actually 4 across 4, so we should have been in spades. That was my bad. Alright, East is bid. Test this. Yeah, so Juice Bowl, I can definitely play with you guys. I'm hesitant to just like kick these people out of the table. I certainly have the power to do that, and like I'll never see them again. but it still feels rude to me. You can like we could just leave the table and start another table. That's another thing we could do. But I I mean, you can choose out. Like I'm controlling this table. I could kick them out right now, or I could leave this table and start another table and play with you guys. But it just seems rude to me. I don't know. I would certainly love to play with you guys. But I have the table set, so if any of them leave, then the table will just lock it up. Another thing we could do is we could play really slowly, and then they'll want to leave. Let's see.
That sounds like a plan for me. I have to think for 1,000 years before deciding to do anything, so yeah.
Alright, I have no idea what to do here. They went to 4 spades really fast. I'm gonna hash these things thinking they might have singletons.
Wait a minute, why is history still
Interesting that he played the king. Could that be a false card? Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna hope that this leads to some money. So I was basically hoping you had the ace. Turned out that wasn't true. But I think they have a lot of the top cards. They are controlling the action. Without have any of those. So by the way, in a 4 spades contract, in order to set them, we need to take 4 tricks, and we've already taken 1. We would need to take 3 more. Not that that's really going to happen, but good to know. He did not false card. When he played the king, he is out of clubs. Going to claim all of the tricks. And that sure
says, I claim 7 more tricks. Do I accept?
I would. The reason is he has all the trump and he can cross ruff. Meaning he can play clubs and then play his spades on them. And he can play hearts and play his spades on them. And he also has the ace of hearts. So he has enough for all the tricks. So my partner has indicated he has open and count, and he has at least 5 hearts. I am indicated that I have 6 to 10 points, and that I have heart support. And I've muted myself on Discord. By the way, that was a complete lie. I do not have 6 to 10 points. I have 4 points. But my partner doesn't know that. Okay. And playing the highest of my partner's suit so he can know where things are. So another rule of thumb to keep in mind is second hand low, meaning you're the second person to play, so the person on your right has thrown out the first card. Then normally you would play low because your partner has a chance to play higher.
This game is really hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it takes
a lot of things to think about.
Learning curve.
I think I haven't played well this game. But maybe after this we should pause and talk about it. So can we see like the decisions made in the playing phase when we're looking at the history?
Yeah, so
okay.
So if you're looking at the history, you can click next trick, and then it will show a trick.
I wanna talk about some of these after the game.
Sure. Okay, so you didn't have to play high on that necessarily because I had taken the trick, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good lead in general because you want to take trump away from the long hand, and that was the long hand. Again, you've overtaken my trick, so you had a reason for that. Always a good play. Okay, you did not have a reason for that. So last time you should have played low, and then you could have kept your ace and won his king.
All right, we have to stop after this game to look at this. Oh god. No, I'm not. I'm doing a job. Attention. Okay. So I should do this.
Yeah, you know he doesn't have any hearts, so that's why I threw my hearts.
Okay.
He wanted to keep what he had left.
Okay, so so I think well, okay, whatever. Yeah, I think I just screwed up by not paying attention to almost not pay attention to what you had played.
Yeah, you wanna so bridge, it definitely rewards memory. Okay, so this is sort of a trick bid that West made. What three of anything means? It means he has at least 7 of that suit, and he has less than 11 points. So he's saying he has at least 7 spades. So if you have opening count, you can still bid over this, because he's not saying he has very many points. But if you don't have opening count, you can just pass it.
Sorry to your chat. I hope there aren't any really good bridge players who are like gonna get PTSD after watching me.
I think it's mainly chess players watching us rather than bridge players, so I think it's fine. Alright, so they're in 3 spades.
Like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. What's wrong with this guy?
I'm just gonna pass that. Juice spell, does he have less than 11 points? I don't know, but I'm just saying that's what this bid normally means.
We'll all right, wait. What is this number 12 here in a square?
Number 12 and oh there. That's the hand number. So this was
okay.
The last one was board 11.
So you're on 12. Our table. We've played 12. Yeah. Okay.
This is the 12th hand.
Nice.
Oh, and the red actually indicates vulnerability. So
I once again I really don't know how to make these decisions about like.
Okay, well, you're trying to set something up, so keep in mind we need to take 5 tricks to set them, and if you have like a queen or a jack, then you could try to set that up by playing like a low thing in there and try to set that up for later. Or if you have a short suit, you could play, if you have like only 2 or 1 hearts, for example, you could play that, try to set that up to trump later. Okay, so Did this. Thinking of doing this to try to do this later. Yeah, let's go for this. East is left. So now see if West leaves later. So Juice Boulder Smash Time. Do you wanna come in for East? Could put you in here if you want. Okay, so we got Juice Bold in, and then
it's me, but I can't click on anything.
You have to click a spade if you have a spade.
Oh, I see. Sorry, hovered or something. Jeez. There we go.
So Juice Bold S says maybe you should double that. And here's my thinking. If you double someone into game, then and they make it, then they get a ton of extra points. So 3 spades isn't game. If I double them, it would have been game. So that's why I didn't double it. Let's see. I want to remove his board entries. This might work. Okay. 3 spades is not in game. No. Yeah, you need 4 for game. But if 3 spades is doubled, then it becomes a game contract, even at the 3 level. And that's why I didn't want to do that. You don't want to double them into game. Okay. I think West is out of clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, and he is. Okay. I want to keep this as a blocker, so this is just good. I think it's Juice Bold. Okay. Just keep gonna lead to the weakness of the dummy. Leave this. Maybe I should have. Awesome. Frick. Your lead partner.
This is a tough position.
So in your position, you should lead to the strength of the dummy. So I think in retrospect, you probably should have led a club, but not that big a deal. Maybe a club wouldn't have worked anyway. So he is trying to hope that we don't keep the right thing. Either that or he's just really slow. I'm not sure. I'm assuming he's hoping we don't keep the right thing. But I already knew he was out of that. So I threw my club. Hey DJ. And you kept the right thing. Excellent. So we've set them.
All right. So what happens now? Do we? How did we do?
We did okay. Let me actually.
Yeah,
I think maybe I should kick West. Smashy, are you ready to come in? Smashy? Smash time fools. Let me know if you want to come in. If so, I can. Okay, I'll kick him.
Brian is my biggest fan.
All right.
I didn't know that. Cool. Good to know. How's it going, Brian? I'm learning a new game with my bridge coach Chuck.
Smashy, I've reserved it for you.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to. So am I supposed to already?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Oh well, never mind. It got redealt.
Yeah, it got redealt because Smashy was watching. Already saw our cards.
All right, so I have to do math again.
It's okay. You'll get other dream hands. Juicebold is saying he had 23
I
points.
See. Yeah, time. I can the chat.
Okay. Let's see. So both Juicebold and I are asking for 4-card majors. And we're both saying we don't have 5-card majors. Mashy says he actually likes clubs. Does not have a major. So now the question, partner, is do you have 6 to 10 points? Do you have more than 10 points? Do you have less than 6 points?
Wait a minute, hold on. Sorry, I'm really bad at this game.
The good news is that if Smashy or Juicebolt say faster, 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 we can just ignore them.
They knew what they're getting themselves into.
Okay, so my partner said he has at least 4 spades in his hand, and he has 6 to 10 points. On the other hand, Smash Time Fools and Juicebold, they like clubs.
The only thing this stream is missing is Swole.
Yeah, by the way, I texted Swole, and Swole told me that he's actually at a... Swole told me he's at a chess tournament. Otherwise, he'd love to be watching him play.
Alright. So
I've indicated my partner. I like spades.
Yeah, and these other people are indicating to each other that they just love.
Yep. You got... Oh, whoa, that came out of left field. Turns out Smashy likes hearts.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do this.
Partner, I'm going to show you a new button.
There's a new button? Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Let me find where I wrote what it means.
So that button basically means bullshit. You can just press the pass button.
Yeah. Chuck doesn't believe the 4 hearts, they say. So they're confident.
Maybe I would have believed the 4 hearts if you guys had started out talking about hearts, but that 4 hearts came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you were like,
it came out of nowhere. You all were having a club love fest over there.
They're all about clubs. Okay. Bots do it a lot. Very annoying.
Yeah, so there are, in the early bid-in, a double is a bid that can like mean something.
Okay, why am I always going first at this?
Just because
it always happens.
Because East keeps taking the bid, I guess.
All right, here's what I'll.
Or no, I mean this. Oh, West took the bid. Led to the strength of the dummy. Oh, that's interesting. West bid 4 hearts out of nowhere, and East had the Ace King Jack of Hearts. What the hell?
Wait.
Maybe my double was not a good double. We'll see. But so the other thing
Monka S.
the other thing that I want to say here is, before Juicebold said, "Why didn't you double 3 spades?" and I said, "Because I'd be double them in the game." At this point, they're already in game, so I'm less hesitant about doubling because they're not going to get like a huge bonus by getting pushed in the game at a lower level. So we just need to take 4 tricks to set them and see what they can do here.
What suit should I play? He asks.
By the way, if you guys want to be in the call, we can add you to the call. I don't know if they're listening to us or not.
Well, I think maybe a couple more games and then I'll probably take off. Eventually have a couple to do.
All right, sounds good.
Let's see. He says, what suit should I play? Bring down the trumps.
Yeah, he's basically saying pull trumps.
Okay.
You have to be joking, Juicebold. I really hope he's joking, but
what does finesse mean? Says Smash.
Alright, yeah, I assumed that was to confuse me.
Okay, wait, so what the heck is going on?
You are playing a heart if you have one.
Yeah,
don't have one.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Nice. Got a trick.
And then again, as always in this situation, I don't ever know what to do to start.
Lead to the strength of the dummy.
Okay, let me think about that. All right. But then I don't know how to.
You can see the dummy. So
yeah, I can see that. Yes, that's true.
Best suit is. You should play to that.
I'll do this.
Excellent.
But see, but I don't.
So the reason is that you can never hurt me by leading to the strength of the dummy. In this case, it is helped me, so I can play this. But cool. I like even if it weren't an awesome play in this situation, it's still a good rule of thumb. So I'd still tell you to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this worked out nicely for us.
It worked out awesomely for us, actually.
Well, but what you just did. Yeah.
I'm not sure if they actually lose, but let's see. I play this though.
Okay, and then what I've learned, of course, after playing a couple games, not to fight you.
Yeah, if I've already taken the trick. Oh, well, I guess you kind of have this other thing. So we've already set them, so great job. Okay, yeah, I guess you had the ace, but he has trumped it, so he takes the trick. Generally play low.
All right.
Play a low club if you have it. Otherwise, if you have a heart, you can play that. Otherwise, low random card. So let's talk about this little about the lead to the strength of the dummy. The reason for that is if you led to the weakness of the dummy, you played a card where the dummy had a low card, the dummy could play a low card, then I could be finessed. So I could have, say, like I could have like a queen in my hand, and maybe West has an ace jack, and then if I play the queen, he takes it, and if I don't, then if I don't play the queen, then he can win with his jack. So it can hurt me when you lead to the weakness of the dummy. Whereas if you lead to the strength of the dummy, it can never hurt your partner. So it's just a good rule of thumb in general.
Okay.
That's if the dummy
right before the dummy.
If you play right before the dummy. If you play right after the dummy, it's the opposite. So me looking at the dummy, I would lead to the weakness of the dummy. And the reason for that is that, again, I could never finesse you. So if I lead to the weakness of the dummy, then it's going to be like the strength of his hand. So in other words, the dummy, if the dummy plays last, so what happened is they went down, we doubled them, and we made a ton of imps. We made 6.8 imps. All right. So if East is the dummy and East has only low cards, and I play like a low card in a suit, then I am finessing West, or possibly finessing West. So, you get to play behind West, and if he plays low, you can overtake the dummy, and if he plays high, it doesn't hurt you. That's why looking at the dummy it helps you figure out what you can lead. Okay, so okay, so West bid one club, which I interpret to mean he has opening count and does not have a 5-card major. East bid one diamond, which I interpret that to mean he has 6 to 10 points. He does not have a 4-card major, so they don't have the majors. They have clubs and diamonds. I said one spade, but I'd already passed originally, so I don't have opening count, but I have okay spades. So because we both passed originally, we're not going to get the game, so we don't want to like bid it up a ton. But if we have a good fit, then maybe we would rather the contract than them, but we want to keep it low. If we don't have a great fit, we could just let them take the contract.
What is high and what is low, like exactly? Like how
many? In other words, we want to keep it at like the 1 level or 2 level, and not at like the 3 or 4 level.
Okay. Smash is calculating.
So yeah, we're all assuming that Smashy has a ton of points. The reason for that is you and I both passed, so we don't have opening count. And East, Juice Bold, he has indicated he has 6 to 10 points. So if you add up all the high card points, so let's see what it is. It is, so the average. So
it's me now.
Yep. So if you, okay. I'm assuming you have 5 hearts in your hand. You don't have good spades. And you also have like, a reasonable amount of points. Not opening count, but you might have like more than 6 points, say. Ideally like 10 or so. So, oh, they're going 3 clubs. Okay. Good to me. So we're probably not going to bid anymore since it's at the 3 level, but we've bid them up. Maybe it'll be easier to set them at a higher level here. And they're not in game either. Like, we love them to be at like the 3 or 4 level and not in game.
Okay.
Because then it's hard to make their contract, but it's
alright, so once again I have to figure out what to do.
Okay, what you can do is lead the highest of your partner's suit. So I've indicated my suit is spades. So if you lead your highest spade, then it will tell me where all the spades are. That's great for us. In theory.
Writing down open with highest of partner's suit.
Okay, so
in my notes.
What to do here. So I know that you do not have 3 spades, so you could have at most 2 spades. So let's see. So I know how many spades West has. So I
Smash this is saying you rig the deck.
Maybe.
Would you do such a thing, Chuck?
I would not do such a thing.
You just said maybe, so you'd be totally confusing us here. Mashy.
Well, they were asking who has all the points. They thought it was me, but I would have, if I had all the points, I would have opened. I do not have all the points.
Maybe.
So when you lead the highest of your partner's suit, it doesn't always work out. This might be an example where it didn't work out, but it's a good rule of thumb that it works out more often than not. So, it's a good thing to do. So you can see the diamonds on the board. Probably want to play low, because you can see he has high cards, and because second hand low in general. I have a chance to play later.
Smash says, don't know how to think. I feel that, man. That move's not great. I don't know what that. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused by the things that.
So Juice Bold is frustrated that he didn't play the Jack of Diamonds instead of the Ace. Because now, in theory,
did he misclick?
Theory, if he did misclick, we could do a take back. But I don't think he misclicked. I think he just played.
Doesn't your profile description say that you don't do take back? Something like that.
Maybe, but I don't.
Pretty sure I saw that when I was requesting
I
follow you or something.
I actually do take backs, but there are some people who will take back like all the time, and it's better to just take your time a little bit and not misclick.
All right, let's see.
So if he had played the Jack, it might potentially be like a finesse type thing where he's.
So Hash says, what do I do? Not even his turn. It's just.
No, it is his turn because he.
You're right.
He's playing the dummy.
So that's why That's why Juice was.
That's why
saying
Juice said
no. Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that. That when the dummy isn't like
Right.
For some reason,
and that's why it's when we're playing. Okay, so this is thing. I'm actually,
for some reason I have a tendency to incorrectly think that the dummy is not the dummy and the dummy is the one playing. The other one's I keep having it backwards. I need to remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
So you play low there. So that was your suit. I think you're gonna play clubs.
Based on the fact that they're saying to play clubs.
Yes, exactly why. So yeah, I would even before I streamed, I would often play bridge like this with my partner in a call, and when we were like playing defense, we would try to be very quiet, not to give away information. But when we'd taken the contract, wow, you didn't have any hearts. I don't know why you bid hearts. So
well, we can look at it afterwards.
yeah. Anyway, so I would often be in a call with my partner, and one of the reasons, like, we would not say stuff when we were on defense, but when we took the contract, we could help each other out because you could see each other's cards, and it's not so much cheating when you can see the cards.
That's me.
You have a club, you should play it. Go. Took a trick. Probably have these two good options.
Okay, and I should play to the strength dummy, so I should this probably.
That's not necessarily strength, because the strength is generally high cards, not length. The one thing we have going for us is it seems that Smashy is doing the opposite of whatever Juice Bold suggests. So you gotta play a diamond here. It's already taken the tricks.
God damn it.
Unless you're out of diamond.
That's really bad because there's some problems.
So you probably wanna play low, give a king here. Their lucky day.
No. They've got a beginner going over here who's doing things backwards.
No,
yeah, I think I made multiple.
The cards fell like well for them.
Yeah,
they were
but
able to pull my jack. And
I can think of multiple decisions that I regret that I've made in.
That's okay. It's a learning process.
In the play phase of this game.
So the thing is, we may actually still make imps here if they should have been in like 5 clubs or 3 no trump.
Yeah, I think I did a lot of things wrong this game.
I think that's the last diamond. He hasn't been counted either. He doesn't know whether you have a diamond left, but I assume that you don't because you played the queen last time. Oh, what? I was wrong. I was wrong as well. Okay. Check for us. There you go. You're leading strength. Dummy.
Dummy just has the same suit.
Yeah.
It's me. I went off part I'm thinking about.
Yeah, so there weren't that many imps. A lot of people.
Okay, so I think that was not a very good game by me, so I'll try and do better.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. I did find it funny that one time they had the, everybody pass and then it said passed out.
Yeah, that's the terminology. So the last hand. The last hand you said 2 hearts, which I was confused about.
Yeah, so I had 4 hearts, but I guess I should have had 5.
Yeah, you should have had 5.
But
yeah, your diamonds are better than your hearts also. Yeah, you could have said yeah, you did have a bunch of points though. Yeah, I
think I had 11.
I probably would have said
I think I had 11 points.
2 diamonds. I would have said 2 diamonds in that situation, I think.
But wait, so but that wouldn't. So why is it that when I put 2 hearts, that indicated to you that I had 5 hearts, but if I said 2 diamonds, that would not indicate to you?
So because major over major, because I've already said a major, and I said I have at least 5 of that major. So if you bid a major also, then you're saying.
So I freaked you out by bidding a major. So okay.
Yeah, you generally can assume your partner has at least 5 hearts if they bid hearts when you've already bid spades.
Okay. I see.
Or when you've opened spades, I mean. Yeah.
So I didn't pay attention to like the category of suit.
Yeah, but that's no big deal. Oh, another thing to keep in mind is with the distribution points. So you said you had 11 points there.
I think so.
But I would not have counted the 1 distribution point because you would be double counting the jack, and basically the jack is an unprotected jack, so it probably falls. So I don't count the distribution in a suit where I also have counted an honor that's likely to fall. If you had an ace 4 there instead of a jack 4, then I would have counted the distribution point, but I would not count it for an unprotected suit. Does that make sense?
Okay. Hold on. I'm considering what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
This is what's happened.
Well, we've both passed a few times, so you're probably passing.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. They are bidding a lot.
They're bidding some serious stuff.
So if we've already passed 2 rounds, we're probably going to pass the whole way, unless maybe if they get to game and we think they don't have it, then we might double them. But other than that, we're probably just going to let them run hog wild.
All right. Let's see what's going on. Smashy.
So these bids I interpret. So West opened, so he says he has at least 13 points. He says he does not have a 5-card major, and his diamonds are better than his clubs. That's called convenient minor. East has bid 1 spade, which means he has at least 4 spades. West bids diamonds again, which he's saying, these are real diamonds. I really like my diamonds. And also, I do not have spade support. So now East, in response, if he actually had 5 spades rather than 4 spades, he could have bid spades again. But he didn't. So we're going to assume East has exactly 4 spades. And he's bid 3 clubs. So he's saying, I don't like your diamonds. How about clubs? And now Smash is just trying to decide what to do.
Well, that's good. It's like they're fighting back and forth of which.
Yeah, they haven't found a good fit yet necessarily. It's possible maybe Smashy has a bunch of clubs, or maybe they'll go to no trump, but I don't know. See what happens. And the other thing is, as they negotiate back and forth trying to find a fit, like eventually they get pretty high. Okay, so now they're saying
passing.
3 no trump. Yeah, so if you had like a bunch of points where you like had a few aces, could possibly double that, but probably not, because 3 no trump is still a hard thing to double. Oh wow, 4 diamonds. That is really weird. Okay, I'm going to pass that, but I think so normally when you get to a game contract, which is 3 no trump, normally you would always pass a game contract. When East went to 4 diamonds, I'd interpret East as saying, well, hold on. When I was saying I had these points, a lot of my points are not in high card points, but they're in distribution. That you should pass, by the way. So he's saying maybe he has some voids in a suit or something like that. He's saying, I don't like no trump. We should be in a suit. So I'm going to support your diamonds. West, there's no way he should have passed there, because they went from game to not game. 4 diamonds is not game. So they're not in game, and they have to make 4, which means they have to make 10 tricks total, which is great for us. We love for them to be in 4 of a minor.
And once again, Smash is the one who's playing. So
yeah, so we basically need to take 4 tricks to set them. But even if we don't set them, it's no big deal, because they're not making that many points, because they're in a minor suit.
Smash is like, what? I'm supposed to be playing. I like playing people from the stream because they understand that we're going to take 1,000 years.
Okay, so I grab this trick. Now I'm going to assume my partner led that for some reason. I'm going to assume maybe he has a singleton, maybe he has a king. Let's see. Maybe he had no reason at all. But it's
the reason.
More likely than not, there might be a reason.
As I often joke in chess, if that's the case, then the reason is it was my turn. I had to play a move.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
The best was when I was describing a game that happened. We were showing a game to somebody, and the person I'm showing it to is keeps going, why did they play that move? Why did they play? Well, it was his turn. He had to play a move. Eventually, we got to the final position of the game, and I said, well, in this position, it was his turn, but he did not play a move, so I won on time. That was the game. So yeah, when it's your turn, you have to play a move.
So Juice Bold is saying full trump, because I think what Juice Bold is saying, Juice Bold can see Smasher's hand. He's saying, hey, we have the high cards in all these suits, but it's possible that Chuck or Dennis could go rogue and have a void somewhere and trump something. So let's just pull these trump before they have a chance to do that.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
See, I had a little bit of logic behind what you told me.
Yeah, and it's not gonna work out great for us, but that's just a good play in general because he's out. And honestly, I was thinking of leading those, because I saw so many on the board and I had so many in my hand. I thought you might be the person who's out, but it turns out Smashy was out. So they're talking in the chat and they're talking about keeping entries. And what that means is, so Juice Bold is worried that Smashy is going to play some cards from the dummy. Like, he's worried that Smashy would play like the ace of spades, and then he would have no way to get back to the dummy later. But he wants a way to get back to the dummy. That's called like transportation. All right. Good. This. Oh, I see. Then he's voiding spades. I see. So there's no, the ace is not an entry for him. West can't play the spade, but we didn't know that. Or yeah, I mean, I should have known that from the last trick. But yeah. So his entry is the Jack of Diamonds.
Yeah, maybe this should be the last game.
Okay.
Okay, I have to play this, I guess. I like their communications in the chat. Smash is pretty fun. Smash is pretty funny. It's like always like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So
now what you need to do is you need to get up your hand and wave goodbye to that board, because they're never going to see it again. That is what we call a dead board.
Wait, I don't know.
So
never mind.
That, I guess. So Juice Bold, that was actually on Smashy to say 5 diamonds. I mean, you could have said 5 diamonds too, but more on Smashy. This.
Smash is a legend. Okay, so I do want to look at that because I don't think that went too well for me.
I don't think there's anything we could have done. I think they just had better cards than us.
Okay.
And other people haven't played that hand yet, but I think we're gonna make some money on that because probably a lot of people will get into 5 diamonds or even 3 no trump.
All right, so what do you do?
Okay. Partner does not have opening count. Now, do I? East does not have a 5-card major, but he has opening count. West has a 4-card major, which is spades. He has 6 to 10 points. So now if you have a particularly good suit, you could say it. Otherwise, you could just pass. Partner likes hearts. East also likes hearts, so that's interesting. All right, I'm gonna pass that. So you probably want to pass, partner. All right. It's kind of awkward because normally I would lead the highest in my partner's suit, but it turns out that is trump. So I'm not sure what to do. Let us
smashy.
I am going to lead to the strength of the dummy, as he has bid spades.
Okay.
And not only has he bid spades, but East did not support his spades. That makes me think East is weak in spades. So now, probably you can play a high spade, unless you have the jack of spades, in which case for sure play that. That your high spade was not super high, but maybe it's enough anyway. Oh, forced the ace.
Oh, well,
that's good.
Just as well then.
Nice.
Smash. Yes.
And Juiceful gets to actually play a contract.
I like playing against these guys.
So I'm assuming Juiceful is planning out the hand.
Right.
And
so
the
this
fact
time
that he's taken so long gives us hope, because
I see
if it was really easy and he had all the tricks, then he would play fast. But probably he's like, I do not have enough tricks. We need to do something clever.
I see why Smash is saying all these things he's doing.
So if you can beat the 8 of hearts, 9 beats the 8. Excellent.
I think that's a greater number. Pretty sure.
Now you need to the weakness of the dummy.
All right, dummy. Let me take a look at this. So I'm really. How do I interpret what the weakness of the dummy? Because he has
look at the high cards. So probably the weakness of the dummy is clubs.
Okay.
Unless you have a good reason
to
lead Trump.
All right, but then this is a tough decision.
The problem with leading Trump is it could be a 2 for 1.
Okay. Decision. I can't describe why it's tough. So.
Well, I mean, you have high cards. You could try to set them up also. So there's options.
Okay. Here's what I'll do.
Reasonable. Okay. So I have a target, and my target is the 10. The dummy. I need to beat the 10. Do that. All right.
Okay.
So now I need to lead to the strength of the dummy. Or I could try to do that. Actually, a tough situation. I am going to buy this. Now it's his problem. He has to figure out what to lead. We don't need to worry about it. That's the great thing about them taking tricks. Trying to out-doofus doofus. Difficult, maybe. Normally, the second hand would play low. Give a good reason to do otherwise. I get to play last. Partner, do you have a diamond? That is not low. Played high. I don't know why you did that. Okay. Hey, more Derek.
Yeah, small number.
we have been teaching bridge here.
Yes.
At the start of the stream, my partner had never played bridge, never played a card game with tricks, and had no idea how to do any of this.
And now I can play bridge with making basically random moves, and that's all thanks to my wonderful bridge coach Chuck.
So you should be leading to the weakness of the dummy partner.
Yeah. Okay.
It's either diamonds, which you don't have, or clubs you might have.
Okay. Here's what I have an idea.
Base corruption.
I think I'm really bad at the playing phase.
It takes practice. A lot of other people have played trick-based games before. That. Oh, we just need 2 more tricks. He's squeezing me hard. Might be crazy, but we're gonna do it.
Smash doesn't have to do anything, so he's just having a blast in the chat.
Juiceblood says I'm compressing Chuck. Yeah, so maybe that's the Italian way of saying it. The English way is I'm squeezing.
You're being compressed?
You're squeezing your opponent when they don't know what to choose. You're squeezing when basically they have all good cards and not sure what to throw. So the reason I threw that is because I knew East is out of those. So I didn't think he could possibly get to West to set those up anyway. Now he's squeezing himself. He doesn't know what to throw from the board. So hearts were led. Fortunate.
Yeah. I have regrets.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that though.
I've made mistakes. Can they read our chat? No, I cannot read your chat. I'm not reading your comment right now.
All right. Well.
Okay.
If this is good.
A live VooGraph broadcast has started. Something.
Yeah, with that, so that's the equivalent of, in chess they'll relay tournaments, so you can follow them online.
Okay.
And like maybe I made a mistake.
Yeah, I think we have a problem.
Might have a problem. Do not have a problem.
Okay.
You have a solution. Okay. Our solution is we have set them and we've made 3 imps in the process. Great job. So yeah, so it's the equivalent of a relay of an over-the-board chess tournament.
All right, like, so I think this one will definitely be my last game here. So after this, you could pause it or whatever. But I will play this one.
And
yeah, let me see. So I have to count. This game involves a lot of counting.
So, as I said, I've played bridge for years, often with my family, often when visiting my grandma. And one of the sayings that we like to have is, well, let me bid this first. One of the sayings we like to have when someone was taking a long time to figure out their first bid, we'd be like, do you need to take your shoes off? And this is the reason being they've run out of fingers to count their points.
I see. Smash wants to clone me now. Just to keep playing. Yeah, so you guys can win. You want another another doofus opponent? Okay.
So you had less than 6 points. Okay. East does here. I am playing it for 1 diamond. We're assuming I have a ton of good cards. Thought I do have a fair amount of good cards, but my partner had less than 6 points. Not enough.
No, you're forgetting that your partner is totally doofus. So.
Well, regardless of whether we make the contract, we're gonna lose a ton of points if you have more than 6 points. But we'll see. Anyway, he has to do a lead.
Yeah, you're making assumptions that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, so if you're listening, Juice Bolt, honestly, because I play strong twos, I probably should have bid this at the 2 level, but the only reason I didn't is I hadn't really explained all of that to my partner. This is the last hand, so I didn't want to explain more.
Well, okay, but considering that, maybe I should do the bug house thing and say play one more hand just because I think I'm already messing up.
Oh yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see. See what
I think. So yeah, my hand was borderline between 1 and 2, but I haven't really explained what.
Yeah. Okay.
What the
so I guess this is another thing that I need to work. I need to work on deciding. Like, obviously it's very easy to decide the first go around whether or not you're gonna, if you're gonna pass or not. But the second one, I think I don't have very good intuition about what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, the intuition. It's not a matter of intuition. It's just you're declaring your points to your partner. So I've declared I have opening count. I already know you have less than 13 points.
Yeah.
But if you have, but I need to know if you have 6 to 10 points, or if you have 11 or 12 points, because that's important information for us to get to a good contract.
Yeah.
And you've indicated to me that you have 5 or less points. Which, if that's true, then we're exactly where we should be. If that's false, then we've probably missed out on something. Oh, smash it! You don't see it until you lead.
Wait, smashes. What's going on?
So he's wondering why he doesn't see your hand yet, and we don't see your hand until he plays the first card.
Oh, then this is going to be really bad then. Oh God. Yeah, no. We can't.
You're assuming as soon as I see the dummy,
we can't end on this. No.
Yeah,
we are actually gonna have to. No. We are actually gonna have to play the game. I know that's like the joke with Bughouse and stuff, but I just realized, okay, this is gonna really suck, and I can't allow you to end on.
No, I don't care. I have. It's not like Bughouse where I feel like really bad if I lose a game. It doesn't. Fridge like doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, yeah. So.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So we should have.
So I didn't do my thing correctly at all.
Okay. Because of our heart problem, we could not be in 3-no trump. The question is, can we make? We should have been in 4 spades. It turns out. So you should have responded.
I should have gone up like 2, right?
Yeah. You should have.
Should have gone up 2, and
5,
I should have done
6,
2
7, 8, 9,
spades or 2
and 11.
2
oh my God!
diamonds.
You have 12 points. Yeah. You should have said 2 spades.
2 diamonds.
You should have said 2 spades.
2 spades.
And if you said 2 spades, we would have got to 4 spades pretty easily. And this is a cold 4 spades.
Yeah.
Your diamonds are pretty good too. We might have even been able to make 5 diamonds. Do we make 5 diamonds? 5 diamonds depends on the spade finesse. If we can make the spade finesse and all our spades are good, then we make 5 diamonds. Because we have 0 club losers. We have possibly 1 spade loser, and we have 2 heart losers.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that your partner done goofed.
Yeah, but it's no big deal. What I'm telling you is I am going to make at least 1 diamond. So we're good on the 1 diamond.
Well, that's it for our heart problem.
So what I'm going to do is, well, first I'm going to trump this. Let me see. I'm definitely throwing a spade. Where do I want to throw a spade from? I guess I want to throw a spade from the board. I'm going to trump this. I would like to pull the trump because I don't want them to trump any spades or clubs. So no, if I had a heart in one of the hands, then I could play a heart and trump it, but I don't. So, okay, so there's 1 trump gone. There's 7 more trump I see. That's 8 trump total. So that's 5 trump left. And I need to. So it could possibly. We're a little screwed if it's a 5-0 split, but it probably isn't.
I think
if
we're
it's not
pretty screwed in general.
No, I mean we're screwed as far as the
game.
Well, the other thing we need to figure out is which way we want to do the spade finesse. And we can actually play around the spades before the spade finesse. Okay, so we can do around the trump. Okay, so that's 8, 9 because I trumped the trick. 10, 11, 12. One more trump left. And I would like to pull it.
What does that mean? Resign all the other hands? I mean, just I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means. Okay.
Are they resigning? Because we can accept that.
So now. Okay, so now we need to decide which way to finesse the spades. I think the first trick, I think we saw some high cards from Smashy. So I'm gonna trumpet. So I want to finesse east. But first I'm gonna play one round of spades. And
why did you do that?
Because it's possible that a singleton queen might drop, so that gives us more information, and it's possible that one of them might be out, which gives us more information, but that didn't happen. Now I'm going to play another round of spades, and here I'm going to try a finesse. So I'm going to play low. If Smashy has the queen, then he gets the trick. He did. So that finesse did not work. Okay, we have the rest of the tricks, but he's gonna play that. We are going to take it. I'm just gonna play Jack here so that I can take everything in my hand. So my hand is good. I'm gonna play them left to right. And no, you may not. A redeal. 0 points. They should be happy. They're making a ton of money here. Yes, so they made they made 5 imps. Let's click.
Well, one of their opponents was a doofus.
Let's click the other tables thing. So there's some people who were in 6 spades, which did not make, but most people were in 4 spades, which made with an over trick usually.
And there's no way that anybody did something as stupid as what I did.
All right.
Okay, I get. So if.
Okay, so.
Okay. I have to do this correctly. Yeah,
This
will. I can't end on that. I just screwed you completely.
It's no big deal.
I know it isn't, but it doesn't make me feel, ending on that. So.
All right. So. All right, I'm gonna do this so that you don't make that same mistake. So let me tell you what that means. In fact, I'm going to tell everyone what it means. I'm going to write a strong here. So I'm indicating that I have 19 to 21 points, and I have at least 5 spades. So if you have at least 5, or well, yeah, if you have at least 6 points, then we are going to game somewhere.
Okay, hold on a second. Figure out what I'm doing.
Okay. We should have talked more about that. Did you? Okay.
I read what I have down. And
Okay.
I tried to apply it, but we'll see. I could have been unsuccessful.
Okay.
But I tried to.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to. Well, shoot. Read what we've talked about.
Well, I could be wrong.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that you've read it a certain way, and let's just do this.
I've read. I looked at my notes before doing what I did.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, so now the question
Smash
is...
asks what double means, and the other guy said means double.
Okay. I guess the question is, do I trust you? I'm gonna trust you in this scenario.
Okay.
So hopefully you have like the ace king of hearts and a bunch of hearts, but we'll see. If you've gone based on what we said before, I would expect you to have more than 10 points and at least 5 hearts, and I hope you have like an ace and a king of hearts in there. But we'll see.
But based on past experiences, you're not,
Yeah, well, because the thing is, you could have said 3 hearts. I expected you to say like 3 of something. I have so many points.
Yeah, okay.
It was inconceivable to me that you would have like a ton of points.
I will tell you what I'm reading.
So it's also possible that you figured you know my hand and you were just going to go right to game and I was supposed to pass. I wasn't sure if that's what you meant. If that's what you meant, then maybe I screwed up. But I interpreted it as because we both knew we were going to game. So like you could have said 3 hearts. When you said 4 hearts, I was assuming you had more than 10 points. And that means not even game, slam. So when we talked about the bonus for a game, the bonus, we are screwed.
Okay. So I'll tell you. All right. So I have a thing written here that says if partner opens, that indicates 13 plus points. Now figure out fit and how many tricks we can take. Under 6, nothing. 6 to 10 go up by 1. 10 to 12 go by 2. So I have.
No. So 6 to 10 is the number of points, that not the number of tricks you'll take. But
I have no. But in my thing, I have.
You're playing this, by the way. You should play a low club. And...
Oh, I'm playing. Okay, that's not good. Also, okay. So
we're going down a lot.
So that's what I had written. So I was I mean that many points. And I had 10 to 12 points.
So the problem is it's major.
But I guess I didn't have enough.
The problem is it's major over major, so I expected 5 hearts from you, and I also kind of expected like an ace king of hearts. But it turns out we can easily make 4 hearts, but we're not going to make 6. Actually, now we might make 6 based on that. You play the king of hearts. Now we make 6.
So I need to pay more attention to the major versus minor suits. I keep forgetting about this.
A major over major. Okay, play the 2 hearts. We're gonna make this.
Sorry. Oh, there we go. I'm looking at my notes again. I have like several pages here, and I'm looking like, okay, so what did I what did I do? Smash just says smash in all caps in the chat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't make 6. Yeah, because they made 2 tricks already. That's right. I'm an idiot. But but we could have been down like more if they hadn't like played that queen. Okay, yeah. So we're already set, but you make the rest of the tricks easily.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So I was like, so I just had a thing written here that was like, if I if the other person has already gone first, then I need to respond based on the number of points that I have in my thing. Yeah. And I was like, I had 10 to 12, so I thought I should, and it says 10 to 12 do +2. That's all that I did.
Yeah. The problem is you didn't have as many hearts as I thought you did. It turned out.
So how would I have indicated that I had 4 hearts? It was so. Should I make a caveat to this note that says only if you have 5 of something?
So when your partner opens a major, so here I opened with spades, so I'm saying I have at least 5 spades. If you switch to another major, then you should indicate that you have at least as many as I said I had. So I've said I have 5 spades, so you should only switch to hearts if you have at least 5 hearts. That's the difference here.
Okay.
Okay, you should play the king of diamonds here, and then you really need to pull these hearts. So
okay.
So you have the highest hearts, so you need to pull them. Play a low heart, and then play the high heart there. Okay, so now play one more round of hearts. So play the 4 of hearts, and either of those will work. Okay, so now let's count. So that's 11 hearts have been played, and you have 2 hearts that you see. So all the hearts are out. Okay, so now you have all of the high cards. You can just, if you want, you can play from the Knight Tour hand from left to right, as long as you keep the King of Clubs in your hand. So do not play the King of Clubs. Anything else is fine.
And why is the King of Clubs?
Because your 10 of Clubs is not good. But if you play the 10 of Clubs,
no, mind. I see. No. I'm dumb. So once again, as I haven't done these games with these cards and things, I was looking at your hand, and I was like, I was, for some reason I was thinking that was the King of Spades I was looking at, but I was thinking you were talking about that. I was like, what? You have these things of spades. I was like, why would I not play that? I realized you're talking about my hand.
Yeah.
And that I shouldn't have played. Yeah. I'm just incompetent is what's happening. So I just got the symbol wrong.
Yeah, so you just play my hand from left to right. But keep the King of Clubs in your hand.
I understand. Okay. Do something. This. Come on. There we go.
So the other thing is there is a trick bid where we can communicate to try to figure out how many aces we have, but it only works at the 4 level. So normally I would do 4 clubs to do that, but I couldn't because you'd already bid 4 hearts. There's also a way you could do it with 4 no trump. So I could have bid 4 no trump, and then you could tell me how many aces you have with that, and then I could have figured out whether to go to 6 or to stay at 5. So that was our other option. And I could have done that. Like normally I would have done that, but it would have taken more explaining.
You basically got poor intelligence from your partner once again.
Well, I got a little bit of poor intelligence, but I also decided not to get too fancy, where I should have gotten fancier. So 4 clubs as a trick bid is called Gerber, and 4 no trump as a trick bid is called Blackwood. And I should have done Blackwood to ask you how many aces you had. And then when you told me how many aces you had, I would have been horrified, and I would have said, "We're not going to 6. We're going to stay at 5."
All right, no, I should. I think that should have been my last hand.
Okay. Do you want to stop?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
All right. So, thank you very much, Bridge Coach. I now know how to play bridge. I learned a new thing.
So, Juicebolt, honestly, I hate Blackwood. I always do Gerber rather than Blackwood. But the bridge streams that I've watched, they hate Gerber and they love Blackwood. So I don't know which is out of fashion. With me, I don't know why anyone would ever do Blackwood, because it's just higher, and it doesn't give you as much room to bid. But at the high levels, apparently they prefer Blackwood and hate Gerber. Okay, so we're gonna call it at this point.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Yeah, I'm sure if you could find another person, you could keep playing as random or whatever. But yeah, I think that's gonna be fun. So thank you very much.
Yeah, so thanks very much for partnering.
Yeah, and I would love to do this again.
Yeah, I hope we can play this again sometime.
And with Swole too, we need to get him in on the action, because I don't know how strong he is at this, but he went through this process too, and so he might be able to help me understand certain things.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's find someone to raid though. Oh, that's going to be an easy decision. Looks like a little block in the stream.
All right, yeah,
send everyone to block in.
Let's do it. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Time.
And also thanks to Juice Bold and Smash Time for playing against us. That was a lot of fun. And I hope everyone has a good evening watching. I guess I should have checked to see if anyone was playing in the bridge category, but I don't see anyone on my friends list, so probably not. All right, have a good night. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.